something called the 5-star shout out. I'm not gonna say it because I don't believe in it. I don't believe in you can't make you know what I'm talking about.
Well. How's everybody doing out there today? We are here today on the Side Jawn. I have a bunch of special guests, but they wouldn't be considered guests because they're all family. So I want to introduce y'all to the return of Sweet Love TMA. I have the
Yeah.
girls here, but they wanted to do this show because it was going to get explicit. So I had to go find the most explicit guy I know, which is Willie's Bar. Jay, Jay,
Jay Will, is that
God.
true?
All right.
Is
Wow.
that true, Jay Will?
That cannot be. That's far from the truth.
if
Well,
y'all
we waited
if
to go
y'all ever
live to say that.
if y'all ever see Willie's Bar, okay,
Man,
it is never a dull moment on Willie's Bar,
I
and
got.
there's always something new I find out on Willie's Bar. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let
I,
y'all know that this show is not your average side joint show. This show is gonna go left. All right, we got some things we're gonna talk about. We're gonna try to keep it. Is no, we ain't. I'm lying. Listen, it's all going left. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Whole show gonna go left. I'm letting y'all know that right now. But just remember, we listen and we don't judge. Just want to let y'all know that.
Not
We
judge.
I just
listen
Not
listen.
and we
that.
don't judge.
I just
Just want to
got
let y'all
a.
know that, guys.
I just got an interesting personality. That's all. But I'm not that bad though.
Hey, man, interesting. Interesting is the word. You are absolutely right
Yeah.
about that. Interesting is the
There
word.
you go.
There are some stories I done heard at Willie's Bar. I've told some stories on Willie's Bar as well. Let me get this out the way. So it ain't just him. I've told some stories on Willie's Bar that ain't for the weak. I'm just gonna say that. All right, that ain't for the weak.
Jay Will, can
But
we get an invite to Willie's Bar?
Yes.
Yeah. Keep it
this
Yeah.
is
up
it.
though.
TMA has never
This
been
is
to
it.
Willie's
No,
Bar.
no, no. We want to be. We need the pour. It poured right in
Yeah.
hand, right
I
there
I
in the
I
midst.
told y'all what was that 2 years ago? That, y'all just let me know when y'all want to pull up. It's an open
We
invitation.
will set a date. We will
Yeah.
for
We'll
sure
set
set
a
a
date.
date.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
I'm serious.
Okay,
So
we
are
That's a
we.
serious.
joke.
We are
Yes.
serious. Very,
We enjoy
That's
very
a joke.
serious.
trouble.
Let's see. So this is the holiday season. So one thing I want to ask everybody here, I'm gonna start with Tavai, and then I'm gonna move on down as TMA, then go to the W and J Will. But Tavai and to everybody here, how was your holidays? Is the question I'm asking.
My holidays was really good. I received more than I was expecting, and I love giving, so it was a great time. So I really can't complain. Um, we can you hear me? Because at least okay. Um, we had bingo here. We had a good little pot. Thankfully, it came back to my household. I'm not saying it was rigged because it wasn't, but I'm just saying I was happy to receive that back. Um, but it was a good time. I really, really cannot complain at all.
Yeah, okay. So it was chill. It was chill.
Your little picture is
I
cute. I'm
I
sorry.
thank you.
Yeah, it
I
was
enjoyed
cute.
myself. We were focused solely on the kids this year, not only in gifts, but in like activities. So we
Mm.
played games with the kids. I had prize bags for the kids. Like it was all about the kids. Cause you know how adults do on holidays. We wanna,
Yeah.
I am that one. Y'all see all the TikToks and Instagram, and it's like when you go out with your favorite cousin and you spark up an appetite.
Hmm.
That's my family, right? So I'm the cousin or the sister that goes up. Don't normally do it at home, but I'll do it with them. And that's like, adult night. But it was about the kids, so it was a good time. It was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, the same. My parents are down here and my sister's down here, so and that this is their first Christmas that they ever came down here. So it's definitely different. They're actually still here, but it was really, really, it was good. Um, it was a long day. It was a long day. But Christmas, the day was a long day and it was cool and we had fun and everything. But the whole visit has been really, really good. So it's just different because I'm not used to them being down here for the Christmas holiday. So it was fun and interesting and a lot of new stuff happening. So um, I enjoyed myself. I did.
Hmm.
That's good.
Jay
Is it
Will.
on? Oh, to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, man. Work has just been so exhausting, man. So I spent most of the day just laying in bed. I was been off the last 4 days, 3 days. So, but Christmas is cool. Just relax, watch a little sports, and just trying to get my faculties together to go into this new year. So, but it was cool though.
Yeah, I had a really good time as well. Um, it was funny because I started to tell a story about how I met one of my homies because his birthday's on Christmas. I got a homie named Tobias, birthday on Christmas, and I told the story about how we met. And you know, when I told the story, people thought it was so devastating. But I met him in the second grade, and when I met him, now Tobias got a deep voice. If you don't know Tobias got a deep voice, and it's like kind of like that. So he always had this deep voice. He's the younger brother of three. All right, is Tobias, is Jeremiah. If you've seen them two together, you would think that they twins, but Jeremiah is actually older. And then they got an older
Mm.
brother named Tony. All right. I get to second grade. This may be the first week of class. I may be a weekend. Tobias and this other girl are going at it. This is a white girl at the time. Um, she's probably a grown lady now. White girl at the time. She's going at it with Tobias. They're going back and forth talking about each other to the point that they stop talking and she starts chasing. Now she's chasing them around the classroom. All right. I want to say they went around the classroom probably 3 times. And at the last time she got close, she almost got it. Well, Tobias hit her with a move, like he hit it like a juke move on her, and she went through the window. Now, not all the way through the window, but her face hit the window. Window breaks.
Mm.
The ambulance comes to the school. I ain't seen the white girl since. I'm letting y'all know that right now. Ain't seen her since. Now we went to an all-white school at the time that black people was peppered in on some grits. Just want to let y'all know that part too. All right. At this time, we was peppered in like grits. Just want to let y'all know that at the time. So when this white girl disappeared, I want to let y'all know there was no more glass windows in the school after that. Every window was plastic. That was my introduction to Dubai. No more glass windows in the school. Every window after that was plastic. That was my introduction to Tobias. We've been good friends since. I've gotten suspended with Tobias. I've gotten in all type of trouble. My dad knew who Tobias was by the time I got to 4th grade. He used to always tell me, "Don't you be hanging with that fucking Tobias? No fucking more." My mom knew who Tobias was. My aunt, like the whole family, my grandma, everybody knew who he was. Always been the loud, rowdy dude. His brother Jeremiah is calm, cool, collected. But if you get in a fight with one of them, you got to fight both of them. That's how I go. This is just how it is. And that's how
Oh.
and they still pick as thieves to this day. And those are my guys.
Dennis, he's never been on Zoom with us.
No, no, no. I'm gonna
Okay.
bring him on. It's gonna be y'all gonna have a long ass conversation with Tobias. It's gonna be. I'm trying to. I'm gonna bring him on.
Okay.
He's gonna be telling a bunch of stories. It's gonna be a long conversation, man. But like I said, I had a real good time. Me and my daughter went to a birthday party last Saturday with her BFF. So that was pretty cool. It was a bowling party in Jersey. Jersey. That's where it was at.
Dirty Jersey.
Dirty Jersey. Yeah.
Hey now.
It's not dirty. I was about to say, it's not. It's
I
not.
mean, that's what they call it, right?
No, that's what
No.
y'all
That's
Who
what
call it.
Dennis
calls
calls
it?
it. Dennis calls it.
I'm
That's why
not
he
the.
No,
says it
Actually,
because Dennis says it. That's
no,
why he says
no,
it.
no.
Y'all think
I
I'm the
heard.
only one that say Dirty Jersey?
Yeah, I
You the
used
only
to
one
hear
that
that in
loudly says dirty. I mean, I don't.
Tretch from
I've
Naughty
never
by
heard
Nature
anybody
used to
else
always.
say it. I've heard people say dirty South. I've never heard people say
You know
dirty
what's crazy?
Jersey.
No,
Y'all say that, and all y'all left Jersey. You know that?
but we didn't
Yeah.
leave because of that.
Yes.
That's why we left. That wasn't the
I used to
reason.
hear Tretch from Naughty by Nature always refer to it as Dirty Jersey. So
Mm.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
They
Well,
speaking of
wouldn't that
North
make sense because
Jersey.
they talk about Newark
Jersey is
Parts of
distinct.
Jersey, though.
Yeah,
and
like
Camden?
There's different parts of Jersey. Yeah.
it's
Right,
broken up
right,
into
right.
sections. That don't count. Like when they talk about Jersey Shore,
No.
that's not us. Jersey Shore,
Well, now I've been to
that's
No,
Jersey
y'all.
once. Well, I
Wait
went
a
to
minute. Y'all
Atlantic.
consider what y'all consider South Jersey and North Jersey people consider y'all the shore.
no. When they talk about the
I'm just
Jersey
telling you
Shore,
what
they
they.
talking about
I'm telling you
us.
what they say. I'm telling you what they say.
Central.
Like
Either
if you
Central
pass
or
if you pass a certain part of Jersey, they just consider everything else the shore, except from Camden. They consider that East Philly.
North.
That's what they say.
Hmm.
I hear Philadelphians call Camden East Philly.
Just
And
Okay,
when
saying.
so
you and go ahead,
what is Atlantic City?
The
South,
shore.
South
the shore.
Jersey.
That's the sure. Because that was dirty.
Dirty.
It was
I
just
Atlantic
told you,
dirty.
City is
dirty as a
dirty.
motherfucker.
Yeah. All
Now
right.
again,
And you
Atlantic
know what's
City.
bad? You know what's so bad about that? We used to be excited to go to Atlantic City and get on that dirty ass beach. Excited.
No, I was excited to go to Wildwood when I
Wildwood.
was Wildwood grow
Nah, I was
when
sick of the motherfucking train
we did
car people.
my
Y'all got that shit.
well, no, when we because I mean it had the boardwalk and all that stuff, so we was
Hmm.
excited to go to Wildwood, go to the beach, and you know, there.
Yeah.
But no, we weren't. Then my parents wasn't taking me to no Atlantic City at 10.
7.
Yeah, 7, 10. No,
Yeah,
like there was
no.
I'm
nothing for us to
sorry.
do there.
I'm sorry, but we went to Atlantic City every year for 4th of July. Every year we went to Atlantic
Um,
City 4th of July.
we went to
You know what it is?
Wildwood.
Yeah.
My grandma said she wasn't cooking out no more. So we went to Atlantic City and went to the buffet, watched the fireworks. It started off just a couple people, wasn't that many people there. And next thing you know, every year it got bigger and bigger. And
Mhm.
next thing you know, it just started being too many people. So I stopped going.
You know what
Mm.
we have though around here too is lakes. So we didn't always have to go to Atlantic City because we could. There was lakes around us, so it was like when we were younger, we would go to the lake. So that was the thing, like Lifeguard Lake, Lake Garrison, like Lake Wilson Lake. Like we had lakes, so it was like we didn't need to go down to Atlantic City, or we didn't have to go down there because we had that. So we and
Hmm.
then people upgraded
We're
and went to.
country.
Yeah, we are country.
We're
Like we're not.
country.
I, I give it to
I
y'all. I
think
was hood. If somebody
Yeah.
put
yeah.
the water plug on, somebody put the water plug
The
on, I was getting on. I was getting in that.
so that's the there. The water the fire hydrant with the on the block party that was that. I think
Miss,
the
miss,
only time that
miss,
we went to
miss,
a
miss,
lake
miss.
was
Don't nobody say the fire hydrant. They say the water plug.
I say
All right.
fire hydrant. Shut the hell up. So,
See,
I literally
Jersey,
the
Jersey.
the only time that we really went to a lake in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, I'll say Pennsylvania. My mom used to run church trips to like Muddy Run Park and I forgot the other some other upstate whatever, but and until my uncle was doing like his job, like I forgot quality meats or whatever, they would do stuff around someplace in Jersey. I don't remember, but those places don't sound familiar. But I know that there was some, but we never got in there. Everybody when we went to Jersey to go to like a picnic or a trip like that, people were jumping in the lakes, and I was like, I'm not getting in there because they were swimming in it, and I was just so confused. I'm like, why are they? What is that? I did not understand at all. And they were running around with their shoes off. I'm like,
Hey.
No,
That's good
Yeah.
country
no.
living,
Don't
okay?
wear shoes when I go
Don't
home.
wear shoes. No, that's good
Mm-mm.
country living and
No.
full
I don't think that's
porches
a
and you
country
got
thing.
I don't
So
know.
wait,
Yes,
so
it
wait a
is.
minute. So wait a minute. The sweet, all three of y'all are from New Jersey?
No.
No,
Okay.
Elise isn't. Tavai and I are from.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Tavai and I literally lived across the railroad tracks from each other.
Literally.
Like we used to
And
walk
it
to each
was
Oh,
other's house and literally
two
cross the
different
tracks.
two different towns
Yep.
per track. Like once you cross the tracks, actually you
oh,
could be
wait.
three different
So you wait,
areas.
still in Glassboro? That wasn't Glassboro?
No, it was Elk Township stands alone. Then you had Glassboro, but if you called it at the other end, you was in Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Didn't even know
okay.
that.
So it's like the lines literally crossing the track. Like you, they used to have a sign like now entering into Elk Township, now entering into Clayton. They used to have a sign. So like literally, we're divided by the track because
Huh.
yeah, Brian's barbershop is the line. If you really want to call it, that's the line where
The
it would
blinking
start.
light, Elise.
The
You know the blinking light
Oh
down
the
by our
blinking
yeah.
house?
light makes it
I
Glassboro.
thought it was still. Oh wow. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay.
Sounds like somebody
Learned so.
ain't been
I was
home in a
today
minute.
years old. No, I was today years old when I
Oh
Yeah,
realized.
God.
Dang.
somebody ain't
Okay.
been home in a while. Mm.
Shucks.
Yeah, we country, but there's levels to that.
Yeah.
I'm realizing because
I don't think
Yes.
that makes you
I don't.
country because you ride
So
around like a Flintstone. Mm.
you
hey,
know what it is. Everybody. I feel like everybody. New Yorkers call Chicago people country sometimes. New Yorkers call other people countries. People down here call. It's just depending on where you are and what is this. It's just different. That's all. I feel
but
like they're using country as different because it's just
if
different than how you're living. That's all. Now there is some country, but
but
yeah,
but Southern doesn't mean Southern, right? I
right,
am now in the South,
right.
and what I thought was Southern and what I thought was Southern cooking is so far removed from what I can get access to. It is
Mm,
it is not the same. Our version
mm,
of Southern, I want to say, is like Southeast. Southeast Southern
mhm.
is completely different than the South. Like, and
Yeah.
I am
Now
in the
hold on,
Bible
Tavai.
Belt.
Where are
I
you,
am in the
Tavai?
South. I am in Alabama, so I am in the
Ooh.
South.
Grandma,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
we
wow.
don't give a we don't give a piss about the time.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
my
hey,
god.
hey. Red Crimson, okay? I don't follow it. I don't know nothing about it.
Bama, huh?
But they are very passionate about that down
They're
there.
so very passionate about their college football
Very much.
and
Yes,
very very passionate about their
Hmm
college football.
don't give a piss
But
about the
Whew.
their
time.
Southern and my
Yeah.
version of Southern are
Mhm.
far removed. They don't do baked macaroni and cheese, okay? It
Ooh.
is the cream. Not where I'm at. It is that cream sauce and noodle mess, okay?
Wow.
It is.
That's
They
terrible.
fry their
Oh.
cornbread. I like when I
You
like
said what kind of
they're
cornbread? Say it again.
they fry it.
Whoa, hold up, play.
I've heard
Hush
of no
puppies?
fry.
No cornbread.
I've heard of that. I've heard
I've
of
never
that.
heard of fried cornbread, but I mean
I
I
that
gotta
would be
Oh,
look
like
it
hush
up.
Only
puppies.
What is
fried
it?
cornbread I knew was
What
corn
is
dogs.
it? Are you see now? Maybe I'm confusing it with hot water cornbread or something like that.
Mm.
don't get me the
Yeah.
line, okay? Let me tell you something. I've learned what I'm gonna eat and what I'm not gonna eat. I do a lot more cooking because it's like
Now I want some hush puppies.
See, you're right. Yeah,
This,
that sounds good.
this,
Yeah.
this. Welcome to the side, John, y'all. Just want to let y'all know that, all right?
listen.
Welcome to the side.
uh,
Welcome to the
Like
side,
We're
John.
not
All
talking to
right,
me.
so
Go ahead.
since we got through how our week was, I just want to know, since y'all doing so much cooking, what did y'all cook for Christmas? Because I've been asking people, like I said, Rodney Perry has asked me, and me and him been talking about it, and I want to ask everybody else, what is it that y'all cook for Christmas? I've been hearing different things everywhere. I've heard one lady at the job today. She told me that she cooked Thanksgiving food for Christmas.
I've heard people have done that.
Hmm.
Turkey and dressing and all that. Matter of fact, I think my mom had did that a couple times. So.
Mm.
But Dennis, I got to go with the. I went with the gumbo this year, man. We made a big old pot of gumbo. Um, three different sausages, Dungeness
Yeah,
crab, chicken,
I seen them
yeah,
sausages on there. I ain't never know that they come like that. Yeah.
yeah, shrimp, yeah, big old shrimp. Just went all out, and then froze them. Put them in about 15 containers and put them in the freezer. So I have gumbo all year. Whenever I want some. So whenever
Gosh.
you come down, man, I had to give you a cut.
I can't have none of that gumbo, dog. You got
Mm,
shellfish in there.
that's right. I
So you
got
keep that
shellfish.
gumbo
I'm
to
sorry.
yourself. Yeah,
My
you keep
bad,
that
man.
gumbo to yourself. You trying to kill me in Maryland too.
No, no, I
That's a
wouldn't
bad
do
way
that.
to go out.
I
Bad
wouldn't
way to
do
go
that.
out. You gonna throw me in a bando with a needle
Oh,
next to me. That's how you
Sad
gonna do me
John.
like that? Dang.
oh gosh.
Lord have
See,
mercy.
Jay, well, I cooked gumbo on Sunday, and
Okay.
then turned around and uh so this is how it worked. I didn't
Okay.
purposely like, oh, I really am gonna plan out and do this. I made it was in the refrigerator because I don't know if you saw my last post, but who overspent? If you overspent for Christmas, clap your hands. Yeah. So whatever was in the refrigerator, that's what I cooked, and I made turkey wings. They were really good. Turkey wings, macaroni and cheese, garlic spinach, sweet potato pie,
Oh wow.
and blondies and strawberry cheesecake cornbread.
You had
So,
all that in your fridge.
yes, ma'am, it did.
Ooh, what
What's
you
She's
doing
an
with
what's
that
blondie?
much?
she's an ingredient house. That's where I'm at right now. I'm
Yeah.
in an ingredient house where
Yeah,
you're
like,
What you
forced.
doing with that much stuff in your refrigerator?
huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have a family that I have with that I'm cooking for, and it's a bunch of boys, so it's
Okay.
I gotta keep it stocked, gotta keep it in there. So needless to say, all that food is gone. So
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm
gone,
still
gone.
stuck on what's blondies. I don't know what blondies is.
Oh, it's just it's like a brownie, but now no chocolate.
It's vanilla. It's like a vanilla
Yeah,
based brownie.
yeah,
It,
vanilla based
it
brownie.
it's a
Yeah,
vanilla based brownie. So it
Now
yeah,
I
looks light
want a
skinned.
damn blondie.
Hmm.
yeah. It's
Yo, Sadie, put
what
that
you
shit
say?
down. put
Who had the edible?
put
Who
that
had the
shit down,
edible?
Sadie. Sadie, put the
Who
goddamn
had the
down.
edible?
Put the animal down, Sadie. Damn.
That's what happened at
Oh
my house.
Yo,
my
Lord
see,
have mercy.
I told y'all, y'all be listening.
gosh.
I told y'all this was gonna go left.
That's
Oh
what
my
that's what
Lord
we
have
made.
mercy.
Sorry. And
That's
I
what we
thought I
made
was
for
on mute. I'm
Christmas.
going back on mute.
We made cookies.
Oh
Um,
my
so we
gosh.
we had Christmas Eve dinner. So my sister made prime rib, mashed potatoes, string beans. Then we did breakfast, and her friend is a butcher, so he had made his own sausages. And then we did
Mm.
Okay.
Belgian waffles. And then we had plenty of meatballs. So she made beef meatballs, she made turkey meatballs, we had wings. So we just like make things that you can just get up and eat for Christmas. It's not like
Mhm.
a strict dinner. We normally are a big brunch like thing for Christmas, and then just
Okay.
something that you can just snack and eat on all day. We're not as formal as we are for Thanksgiving. And there's cookies galore with stuff and without stuff. There's cookies here, so there's cookies here. So yes,
She got the edible cookies, y'all, on Christmas.
Right.
spritz with the sugar and everything. It was
Edible,
very elite.
edible cookies, edible cookies on Christmas and wonder why Grandpa been there talking some ho ho ho. Like,
Listen, the conversations after everybody started feeling it went left, but nevertheless, it was a good time had by all. But yeah,
okay, I'm cool with that.
I didn't
Uh,
cook.
what the?
We didn't cook. We didn't cook. Like Tavai said, we do Christmas Eve and everybody just brought something, and we had
Okay.
enough food that rolled over to the next day. We do breakfast for Christmas, um, at my family's house in Jersey, and then my in-laws got married on Christmas Day. So their
Okay.
anniversary and Christmas we celebrate all in one. That is a formal sit down at the table, dressed type of event.
Hmm.
All right
And
now.
my mother-in-law does not, you are not allowed to cook anything. She cooks it all. She cleans it all. Like she doesn't let you do anything. Um, so in Jersey, like we had anybody that was open, we ordered. We had hoagies, we had a hoagie tray, we had Chinese food, we had pizza, whatever in Jersey. And then in Philly at my in-laws, she did like Thanksgiving again. Except for instead of turkey, she did everybody got their own Cornish hen.
Mm.
Huh.
But then she
Nice.
did all the regular sides, greens, mac and cheese, seafood salad, potato salad, banana pudding.
Ooh.
She did it all.
Mm.
She did
Sounds
it all.
good.
And she does it all every year.
Now,
Yeah.
see, it's funny. It's funny, Mercedes, that you said Chinese food because back in California, where I'm from, like all the Chinese restaurants is always open on Christmas Day. And
Hmm.
I used to know this guy that owned his restaurant or whatever, and his name was Danny. I'm like, Danny, you gonna be open? He go, oh yeah. People don't like cooking on Christmas. He was open 365 days a year. But there's a
Mm.
couple of times where, you know what I mean? Like I was, by myself sitting at home, like I'll go over and get some Chinese food, and people would
Hmm.
laugh at me. But I'm like, no, I mean, shit, I got the football game on, basketball game, and you know what I mean? Give me some shrimp fried rice, some chow mein, you know what I mean? Some appetizers, and I'm good. So
Yep.
yeah, that's fire. Chinese food is fire for Christmas.
Yes, it
Mhm.
is. And I found that out because I used to be in the casino business. And the casino's open 365. So on the days where I had to like work Christmas, that's who was in there. People who
Right.
don't celebrate Christmas. Big
Hmm.
time gambling day,
Right.
for the
Oh
Asian
yeah.
Mm.
community.
Oh yeah.
And
Damn
they used to
good.
tell us all the time is those of us who work there, they would bring us food. They would
Mm.
bring us food from their restaurants. So yeah, definitely.
That dragon, boy, that's good luck. That dragon.
Yep. What you know, Jay Will?
That
What you
dragon, boy.
know?
Ooh, yeah. So
Good times.
yeah, that's when you sparked that though when you brought up Chinese food. I'm like, okay, I'm not alone on that.
Hmm.
Yep.
So
Dennis, you cook?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We had pork chops, macaroni and cheese, dressing because it wasn't stuffed in nothing. Dressing. Gotta make sure I say that right. Collard greens
Big
and
debate.
yam. That was it. That was it.
I'm
That
with
was
you,
what we
Lucy
had.
J. Ain't it the same thing? What's the difference?
Okay.
I'm trying to be
No.
trying to relate to everybody. That's all. I'm trying to relate to everybody. I'm trying. I'm people pleasing.
Stuffing. No. Because I don't think when they do their cornbread dressing, it doesn't go inside of the turkey. They just bake it and that's a separate pan.
right.
Right.
Stuffing goes in the turkey and it doesn't
Okay.
necessarily the
That's what I said.
cornbread
So
stuff it.
I said dressing.
No, what I'm asking was it cornbread in the dressing?
I mean,
Yes.
people put cornbread
Okay.
dressing in the turkey too, though. Now, when you say
Oh, I've
Right.
never seen so maybe because down here it's
you're
just
not doing
dressing and
no, hold on, you're not doing no stovetop though, right?
no, I'm saying what I've seen for people use stovetop and put whatever extra they put in there because they do with
Some
dressing,
people
they do
use
put the
stovetop
box.
and put
They
the
put the
cornbread in
box
there.
of the yeah, that's how you do it. You put that in there and you mix it all together. So you still using the stovetop or the bag. You're just either
Right.
you're just baking it with the cornbread and you're putting whatever extra stuff in there because apparently it's a whole lot. I did make that for the first time this year, the way they do it down here.
Hmm.
Too many steps. I'm figuring out a easier way to do it because that didn't make no sense. But and then there's the stuffing that people just mix on the stove where they chop up their own breadcrumbs and stuff like that and stuff it in the turkey without putting the cornbread in there. So people do different things. I'm
Yeah.
learning that.
Oh
I,
And
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I mean, this is a funny conversation because I was talking to my sister about this. I really feel like there is a correlation to being able to read and cooking. And I'm
Comprehension.
serious. It,
comprehension, yeah.
like,
Comprehension.
I'm serious because it always, like, if you can read a recipe, you should be able to like create a dish. So when
Mhm.
there was that whole thing online about what was Teeny's macaroni and cheese, like we've been doing that forever. Like she didn't reinvent the wheel, but everybody was struggling to recreate what she did. And I'm just like, why?
Now I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't know what you're talking about. But now I'm
You
gonna
gotta
have
Me
to
look
look
it
it up.
up.
neither.
There is a chef. Her name is Teeny, and there she made or put out there her recipe for mac and cheese. And some people really struggle with it. Like they couldn't get the measurements right, or they tried to like just not follow directions. But I really feel like there is a correlation between reading and cooking. It is very
Mm.
easy to go buy a jar of Alfredo sauce, and it is much harder to recreate actual Alfredo sauce in the house. Like I'm not judging, but I am. I am. I'm not gonna cap. Like there is a difference. People don't realize how easy it is. You could do it at home, but they pay for the convenience.
It's
But
funny you say that, Tavai, because my very first roommate, man, one of my best friends, and we actually talked on Christmas. But I got our first apartment together, and he always said that shit. And we were super young. We was like, if you can read, you can cook, and I'm
you
like,
can.
nah, nah. Like, but it's funny to hear you say that though now, and it makes more sense now than when I was 19. But he always preached that if you can read, you can cook, and I'm like, nah, I don't know, but
I think like if you get a cookbook, like even I'm not even like and not going too far into being educated, but like even fractions, like you know how I master fractions is in cooking because once you learn what you can substitute. Listen, I don't know anybody who has a full measuring cup set. If you say you do, you just bought it because I
right,
got a cup, a third, and a fourth. The half runs away. I don't even know whatever else is, but they always disappear. So you got to end up doing that math yourself. So there is a correlation to me, like people who can really cook versus people who can heat something. There is a strong difference, but I correlate that to being able to read. And yes, we listen and we don't judge. That is me. If you can't read, I don't know if I want to eat your food. But I had it
but
thrown
then
out there like real chefs don't measure.
that's what I was just gonna say. You got
Yeah.
you
I
you got
got that
you like
too.
your grandmothers. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I do a pinch of this, or I don't measure. I do this. I put a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a spoonful of this, and it comes out like a masterpiece. Though you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
But
damn.
those are the recipes that you can't really pass down. Those are the ones you got to be in a room for because it really is like the ancestors tell you to stop because like or it's in your DNA. I was told potato salad is in my DNA. I got that genuinely. So
Yeah, everybody
Yes,
can't
you
make
do,
it.
friend. Yes, you do.
Everybody can't make it.
Wait, you still in Jersey? What time you leaving? I need to come get some potato salad.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Man,
And she got potato salad.
I know. See, at least
I need,
It,
Hold on, hold
I
on,
need to
it's
hold
a
taste.
on.
I
Potato
need to
mess.
taste
salad.
that potato salad. I need to taste that potato salad.
Dennis, you don't even
man.
like potato salad. Like,
Right. It's
I
something
don't.
you
I
don't
don't like.
like.
The, I don't like the. Hold on. Hold on. I don't like the potato salad height.
The what?
If it's done right, it's utterly amazing. I could make a
okay.
I could make a potato salad sandwich. I could put if the potato salad is right, I could put take two pieces of bread, put some potato salad on it, another piece of bread, and eat that. I eat a potato
I
salad
had
sandwich if
somebody
the
do
potato
that.
salad is right.
I had somebody do that. That's how I got
Sadie,
certified.
don't you say it.
They
Don't
made
you
it.
say it's it. Don't you
now I want
say.
some damn potato salad.
I had
Um,
my one of my buddies, man, back home. His mom, anytime we cook out, throw something on the grill, I just always say, Marv, just bring a potato salad. Like, every time, like, what you want? You already know what you need to bring, bro. Just bring the potato salad. And I invited one of my little fit buddies. You know what I'm saying? He lift weights all day and 0% body fat, and you know what I'm saying? Don't eat this. And so he came over. We was getting ready to eat, and he was trying to be nice, and that's something else too with black people. It's like that's the number one question: who made the potato salad? You know what I mean? Like everybody always asks.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he asked it, oh, Mara's mom made it, he said, okay. So he went and got him a little spoonful and put it on his plate. And I was watching him. He went and sat down. Hey boy, he took a bite out of that potato salad. He looked at me and he stood straight back up. I said, where you going? He said, damn. I said, yeah. I said, oh, okay, that 0% body fat is going to waste today. He went and got a big old scoop of potato salad. I said, yeah, okay. But I've had some nasty ass potato salad too.
Listen,
So
but that's how
Dog,
you
that's what
know.
I
Gotta
mean
smell
about the
it
hype
first.
of it. That dog, when you get that nasty ass potato salad
ooh,
and you realize that you was like, did she just tell me that
But
she
let me
fucking
tell you, you can look at it and tell if it's
terrible.
nasty. You
Yeah,
can look at it. I don't know how anybody buys grocery store potato salad because to me it don't give. It doesn't give what it needs to give.
Hmm.
It's not. It's one color. Um,
well,
Now,
it's
to me,
it's never. There's no
there's
ain't no celery
diversity.
seeds in it. So
now there's only one like I have, and you find that one good store because we have a store down here, Publix. They have they're not all, they have different types of potato salad, but there's one
Hmm.
particular one that thing slap. It slap. It slap. It slap. It slap. It slap. And I'm like, I
I like
know,
I
I
like
know,
Publix.
Auntie in the back with the arms. Somebody's doing something. Yes, it slap.
and I've been in
So,
a hurry where I bought store bought potato salad and had to doctor it up myself. Put a little bit more mustard, maybe throw some relish, put more
Hmm.
yeah,
egg, put more mustard, and just doctor it
But
up
for
real
all
good.
that, you might as
yeah.
well have made it because that's like it don't. It don't. Mm.
I think too, and I forgot who was talking about this. I was just talking about how sometimes people are kind of just used to who aren't used to eating other people's stuff too. They just used to how they make it and how the people around
Right,
them make it that
right,
they're not even going to give it a chance if it looks a little different or now
right.
I feel like everybody has the base like you have potato salad you need this and this pretty much. It's when the people start experimenting and abracadabering and all that other extra stuff like that
But
that
you know who's
is
I love my mom's. I love Mercedes grandmom's potato salad that
mhm,
she makes because Uncle John he can't have everything. But I love my mom's potato salad. And it is not it's not like mine. It's different. But I enjoy it. Yeah,
mhm,
yeah, for sure.
Now I had one of my boys, man, back in the day, this white dude, and he messed me up with this. I was giving it the side eye, but he made red potato salad with bacon in it. And I was like,
mhm.
huh? But I mean, it was smacking. I was like, what?
Mm,
Like,
Bacon and
like
potato salad?
bacon in the with
Bacon
the
and potato
mayonnaise, red potatoes. So like
child.
red potatoes
he
I
wouldn't,
love
uh,
red potatoes
he wouldn't peel the potatoes. He would, boil them, chop them up
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, and then throw that bacon in there, and that bacon gave it a whole nother vibe. I haven't had it to this day, but uh, yeah,
Bacon and
he's a
potatoes?
white boy too.
This wasn't
Yeah,
the explicit content that you were looking for, Dennis, but it's hot. This
It's coming. It's coming. All right.
Did you
oh my
miss
god,
It's coming.
us?
oh my god.
Did
It's
you
coming.
miss
It's coming.
me?
And I did miss y'all. I did miss y'all. I want to join you. I did miss y'all.
Yeah, I always
I'm gonna
ask
read this
about
letter.
y'all.
Oh,
I'm gonna read this
thanks.
letter. Right?
I always ask about y'all. Where the sweet love girls?
we around. We're coming back. February
Yes.
2025. We're back.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. I'm gonna read this letter because I found the letter now. This is the letter about the furry. Um, uh, so can y'all tell them what a furry is? 'Cause I'm still a little slow on this furry situation. I'll tell them what the
Fairy?
furry is.
Furry.
Fairy? Okay. You know what a fairy is?
Furries.
It's furry. I was right the
Fa-
first time.
Like
Yes.
like
Furry.
Like
furry?
Like
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 animals.
F,
fur.
Like
like
FURRY?
F
fur.
U
Like fur.
yes F U
Furry.
Like
R
F
R
U
Y
actual
R.
S.
Like a
fur.
chinchilla.
I thought
They
you
Think
meant
of
dress up like
fairy.
animals. They just want to let you know they dress up like animals and have sex.
You mean a ferret?
no
That ain't how they spelled it. They spelled it FURRYS.
furry.
How did they spell-
So think of fur. Think of cat costumes. So think of
Google
cats.
it and you'll
Think of
see. Hit
cats.
images.
Think of
Okay,
the
J Will.
Broadway show.
Hit
I
Oh,
images.
told you this. I
Not
told you
cats
they
on
were still about to
Broadway.
go left.
Listen. Type in and type in it the right way. FURRIES. And then hit images. Okay?
But on a budget
FURRIES.
at
Yeah.
home.
What you say on the budget?
Yeah.
Cats, the Broadway show at home on a budget. That's furries.
Come on,
Like
you tripping.
Right, that's all there is. That's all
It
it is. It's
is.
cats though.
But you know what, those cat suits for cats are like, really, these are like Barney suits. Barney
Yeah.
putting out. You see it?
This shit is
Yeah.
almost kind of like 'cause, like I'm afraid of clowns. So if I see some shit like this, I'd probably be
Hey
scared
yo,
because like if
hey
I
yo,
see
hey
seeing a
yo,
motherfucker
hey
pop out,
yo.
you pop out one of these little furry outfits, I
Yeah.
might take off running. Like,
Because in this picture, there's a picture. The first picture that pops up is this huge. It has to be like 50 of them in this
yeah, I see
picture, and
that.
there's some scary looking.
so
Ew, yeah, there's
again,
some scary looking things, and they just.
for
Wait, so is
those who
this
are joining
sexual?
in, it is
This is
Yes.
This is
sexual?
sexual.
off Broadway
Yes.
I,
in
I
your
got some
house.
I got some abbreviations here. I don't know what they are. I'm going to
Oh
need some help
Lord,
with those.
Guess the abbreviations. Okay.
Oh
this is
yes.
this is spooky as fuck.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read the letter. All right, y'all ready? Dear
Uh-huh.
Side Jawn. So me and the hubby are both furries, dress up like animals and have sex, and in a local city furry group on Telegram. They have a thing where you can post nudes on Friday. So I asked the hubby if I could post a nude, and he said yes. Huge confidence boost for me, especially after having two kids. To hear that I was attractive to others and not just him, who I think is a little biased, also got called a MILF. That made me happy. LOL. All right. Well, a furry gay guy that's married asked my hubby if we could play. Yeah, if we could play, and my hubby didn't say no. We were all in a group chat on Telegram, and the furry that reached out has been talking to me a lot, and I feel really comfortable about chatting. I've only ever had a FFM with an ex that was a liar and a cheater, so I felt like it wasn't good enough. Other girl
Pause.
was his ex.
Hold on. Hold on.
Pause.
Let's guess
So
what FFM stands for.
Oh, I'm
I don't
already
know.
put Google.
I don't know, but I want to guess.
Go for
Okay,
your guess, Sadie.
go for your guesses.
Okay. FFM, furry fuck mate.
That was a good one. I
Okay.
like
That
that.
was a good
That's a
one.
good one.
That was
That's
a
I
good
like
one.
that one. Furry fuck. All right, because now I'm about to get a little bit crazy. All
Wait,
right,
hold
the
on.
furry
You
fuck
Wait,
gotta
me.
wait,
get
I'm
the
gonna go with
Wait,
this.
guesses.
wait, wait. What's
yeah.
Gotta get
everybody
all the
else's guess?
guesses. I was going to say female, feline, male.
Oh.
Anybody else gonna guess, or should I go to the next couple abbreviations after that?
Yeah, no, because I didn't have any thought, and now my head will not get rid of Sadie's guess. So, no,
Mm.
because that makes sense.
Okay,
That
let
makes
me
sense.
let me finish it. So I have no clue what I am in for with a MMF or a MMMF. Not gonna
Wait, wait,
lie,
wait, wait, wait.
I'm kind of excited but also super nervous. Also, if it helps, I'm not attracted to the other two furs. I don't do beards. I plan on us either wearing a mask on our heads or no kissing. So I guess I'm asking for the best moves. And a sub, I guess I'm asking for the best moves. I'm a sub and total pleaser. Really excited to try DP double penetration,
Oh,
as it's
you knew
always
that
been
one.
a fantasy of mine. Yeah, I knew DP. Goddamn, I'm porno den, baby. I knew DP now, goddamn it. God damn, I knew DP, goddamn it. You gonna know something, goddamn it. Now, I don't know what the
So,
fucking MMF or MMMF is, but we're gonna figure this shit out.
well, the
Too many
I
people.
think it's a
MMF is a sexual act between two males and one female. Now, I don't.
That's
Let
Oh.
too
me
many
go put in the
people.
MMF.
oh,
Oh
so it was
yeah.
three males, so it's male, 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 female. So it was her husband,
Yes.
the two gay guys, and her. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
the FFM is the female, female, male. Got it. All right now.
Mm.
Look at that, boy.
Okay,
You
now
know
can you
what?
go back
Public
and read the
school.
letter now that I know what it means? Can you go read that part
What the
again?
fuck? I gotta
Read
reread
that
it.
part. No, just
Yeah,
that
just
part.
that
Okay, hold on, Dennis. Hold on, Dennis. Says MMF. This is when the men are bisexual and can either have a relationship before they meet the woman, or they could develop into a MM while while with the women, with the woman. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is back in 2017. I don't know nothing about this. I mean, why
No,
would
I
I
don't
know
either.
about it? But
All right, so I'm gonna go back to the sentence. I've only ever had FFM with an ex that was a liar and a cheater, so I felt that
part.
it wasn't good enough. Other girl was his ex, so I
So
had no
pause.
clue what I'm in. So I have no clue what I'm in it for with a MMF or a MMMF. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited, but also super nervous.
So for me, in that section alone, she does not like competition. Competition that she can visually see is her competition. And I say that
oh,
because if she's not comfortable with the FFM, it's because it's another woman and it's competition, it's comparison. In the other scenarios, I don't necessarily feel that because I know I don't have all the equipment. I'm not bringing all of that to the table. So it's not a competition. Think of like
geez,
it's
equipment. Well, I tell
it's
you.
That's what I'm saying. Equipment, huh?
Mm,
yes, I'm going to use that term. I'm not bringing that to the table. So it's not threatening to me. It doesn't
mm,
it doesn't, possibly take
Oh, okay,
shots at my
okay.
self-esteem because I am the only one out of
Yeah, you're the only
all of
coochie in the
y'all.
building. Yeah,
Yeah. So it
you're the only
gives me
coochie
a
in
sense of dominance, even though she's supposed to be submissive. It does give you an elevation because you're the only one.
Mm.
mm.
the building. It sounds like to
Oh,
me she down for whatever that's new in the marriage.
that's
Personally, that's what it sounds like to me.
listen.
It could have been a FFM, as long as it wasn't with that cheating ass ex.
Yeah, because that's
That's
what
what it
she threw
sounds
in
like
the
to me.
mix. And he brought
Right.
his ex in. So what you think was gonna happen? You had a threesome with his ex.
Uh,
It took shots at her confidence. Because if you're with someone
I,
new, why would you be going backwards? There is no lure, there's a pull. So
so
there's
where's her confidence?
something.
So where's her
I'm
confidence at to take the double penetration that she excited about?
She's the only one.
the attention. All
Mm.
eyes on me.
They're gay,
It
Yeah.
doesn't
Wait,
matter.
Dennis, until it happened and she don't get the attention she thinks she gonna get. Because they
right?
gonna be
They're
like,
gay,
why are you in this room?
right?
Why are
It's
you
supposed to
here?
smell like it's supposed to smell like dick and balls in here. You came in with this
But
fish
hold
smell.
on.
They're
You
gay.
will be surprised. Did we now find this out via conversation? Let me clear that up. That there's plenty of them that have experienced us and they just don't do it full time.
No.
and
Oh
they
yeah.
have no problem with going in that direction if need
That
be.
part.
Yeah.
So don't think that
You're
it's
right.
going to be just them. Like we won't be in play because we've literally with someone who looked like Andre 3000 in the Hey Y'all video, blowing our hair and everything, and he said that to us like, "Oh, I like titties. I like eating. I just didn't like that."
Wow.
So
And here we are.
here we are. So don't assume anything.
You're right. You're right.
I'm gonna
I've
tell you this.
had gay men tell
Not to
me
like
like they crave it.
welcome to Willie's Bar. Just want to let everybody know that we about to get it. I told y'all
We're
this
not
ain't
here.
for the week. I
Oh
told y'all this
god.
ain't for the week. I told
And
y'all don't be listening.
But
it's a
anyway.
compliment. Like literally, his hair did look like Andre 3000's. It touched his, and it was blown out like that. He looked like that, and he was like, and I don't know how anyone could, but he was like, yeah, I have, I done, I do.
Mm, mm,
Oh, it's a dirty
mm.
game out there,
No,
boy.
it is, and I have had someone like say, and when I say it was crazy because I won't. They weren't very like they could turn on the flamboyant. So sometimes, when they, oh, what up? And literally said, it was like a voice. She was like, girl, I will blah, 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 blah. They can, I'm not saying
Oh,
everybody.
the
Became a
If
whole
they
Will
get
nigga.
with you, they
It's
get
the
Became a
Will
whole
and
nigga.
a
it's the Will and
whole
it's the Will and Jack. Have you ever seen what is it, Grace and Jack or Jack and Grace or whatever it was?
Will and Grace.
Will and
Mm,
Grace. But it's the Jack and Will. And when
mm.
you really pay attention, you figure out that Will is really the flamboyant one and not Jack. But it is that phenomenon.
When I say it can switch and just,
Y'all don't know.
yeah, it
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Y'all think y'all can tell tall tales about Judge John with everybody? Y'all don't know who listening. Y'all don't
Right.
know.
I, I just want to say, when has it been a fantasy of hers to get this double penetration? Then she married. I mean, I'm still on this shit. I'm just letting y'all know.
It could
Y'all
have
just
been
gonna pass
before
all this.
she got married. She had it and she never
Well, she
fulfilled
should have
that.
got that out of her system before she got married.
Well, she
If they have an open kind of thing where they're able to do
Right.
all the extra
they
stuff, then
obviously do.
Because I
And
Uh,
her
want to know
husband
how
is
you talk.
obviously, it sounds like her husband is bisexual.
I want to know how you
right.
talk somebody into a cat costume because, you know, Party
Well, you
City's
know. Well,
closing.
listen
The
now.
Halloween, what is that? Like,
When
I
I
need to
first,
know how you get there.
when I first heard of this with the furries, right? I was a little off. I remember I told y'all that I was a little off. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know what to say to this furries. Remember I told y'all that. So
yeah.
then I started to go back and do some research, and I was like, I wonder if they do, cosplay sex.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would love for a girl to
Oh yeah.
dress up like Chung Lee and come over to my house and have sex. You know what I mean? I would love that. I couldn't
What
wait
you
to
think
be like,
happened at the after
You know.
parties at Comic Con?
Right.
Hold on.
You,
Hold on.
you think that
You know
shit
what a
don't go
freak?
down at Comic Con?
Wait, it went down at the costume store off of Sea Line. What is not Sea Line? What is that? Columbus Boulevard,
it
where
is
the
city
photo
line.
is.
It is city line.
Mm,
Nah, it's Columbus Boulevard where the photo. You know what I'm talking about, Sadie's, where the photo is. The South
I
Yeah.
know
End.
where it's at.
That same plaza. They got a shop there that's open 365. It's not just a Halloween shop. This shit go down there. That's how you find your people. You gotta go where your people are.
and they might have met on a website or on some kind of whatever that says,
Discord.
yeah,
That's
Discord. They might have
Telegram. It said Telegram. Telegram.
met, whatever. It's the internet. It's 2024. They probably met on one of those sites or whatever because that's you don't just a norm. I'm not gonna say normal. A regular person just say, oh yeah. By the way, they know to look for people in that circle to hook up with. Like I'm no, they know
I
to
just
look
want.
for
I
that
ain't
So
into
people.
it.
so
I ain't into
so
it. Man.
so so my very first job was at Burger King, and
Oh shit.
The
Look
motherfucking
up.
what's his name? What's his name? That the Burger King dude. He scares the shit out of me. Like just
The
his
king?
whole because his
The king.
the king because his face. He just had this stupid look on his face. He's just smiling. His eyes are hella big and shit. But can you imagine somebody like humping on top of you
No,
with that Burger King
no,
head on? Like
no,
Absolutely
this
not.
furry shit is out of
no.
fucking. This is out of control. And I ain't
Well,
never
it
heard of no
depends on
shit
what
like
you
this.
into. It depends on what you into, Jay. Well, I told you
That's
specifically
what I'm
what I
saying.
want. I want Chung
Yeah,
Li. I want
depends
Chung
on
Li.
what
I
you
want your
into.
someone girl dressed up like Chung
That's
Li come
not
to the
a
house.
furry though, Dennis. That's just
No, it's
I
not
dress
a
say
up.
Street
cosplay.
fighter.
right. No,
I
no,
say
but
cosplay.
Street
Yeah,
I
fighter.
got you
motherfuckers
covered
no,
like
on that.
dress up.
but the
It's a
furries are
difference
Motherfuckers
the
like to
same
between
dress
thing
up.
though.
dressing up and actually like, this ain't Halloween where you're just like, oh, I'm just this thing. You're like doing this all year round. This
Listen,
that stuff like
Right,
you
but
you see Fido walking down the street, you like, oh, I'm revved up.
hold
No,
on
like,
though.
come on now.
Hold on though. Something like
Yeah,
this just on top of
Yeah.
you humping with that
no,
yeah.
face with that
no,
that's what is
no.
sexual about that though?
Because
That's some
then I'm going
weirdo
to
shit.
wonder. Here's where it goes left, and we don't gotta go there. But this is where I wonder when you see those movies like Chimp Crazy, and these people have this access to exotic, wild animals. Why? Why? Why
I
would
ain't watching it like that.
Right.
But that's what
they
they
never?
into, you know. And sometimes if you click on too much stuff on your porn stuff, the Go player come up. So then you got to get off that real quick. I'm just letting you know. Like I'm here to tell you that Go player come up on you fast. I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know that'll
I
come
don't
up
even
on
know
you
what that
fast.
is, but I'm
But this,
scared.
you, yeah, listen. It depends on how
Like,
much porn
please,
you watch in your life. People
please
who
don't
watch a
get.
lot of porn, they know what I'm talking
You
about. All
know,
right.
please don't copy my IP address.
Man, listen.
Please don't
Right.
scam my phone.
Man, listen. I'm right there with you, dude.
Right. Hey, listen.
Lord
I
have
got.
mercy.
Hey, Will. When I found out that you could get the porn as an app on your phone, I think it just opened up a whole. And it's crazy because a girl told me this that I used to work with. She was like, "You still buy DVDs?" I was like, "Yeah, I get my DVDs from my dad." And so he got a hand going bad sale at least once every 3 months. I go buy my DVDs from him. She was like, "What you need DVDs for?" They got it as an app. I said, "An app?" She's like, "Yeah, on your
Yeah.
phone." On my what? On my phone?
Man,
Right there, X
hey,
videos.
They got
hey, shout
streaming
out
Mhm.
to
services.
Spank Bang, man. That's shout out to
Shout out to
Spank
X.
Bang.
Shout out to X videos, baby. X. I ain't paid a
Yeah.
dollar for it. And shout out to that female that told me that you know what, you the one, you the one. It's all
Hey,
you.
and then I
Mhm.
take it a step further. I take it a step further because I used to watch them on my Android phone, and I used to always get viruses. And then my homegirl was like, you know, you can't watch porn on the Android, right? She's like, you gotta have an iPhone. I said, why? She said, because you don't get viruses on the iPhone. I said, you're joking. She said, nah. I said, no. I said, so that's why my phone is all. She said, you gotta step your shit up and get an iPhone. I got an iPhone 6. My first iPhone was an iPhone 6. I'm on with my own
Wow.
iPhone 15 now. I've been rocking, man.
The iPhone, the
That's
I
the
got,
porn
reason
I
why.
got a
pipeline.
15. I
The
got a 15 too, J. Will. You ain't saying
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Why did
I've
I
been
But
cross
rocking.
over?
I still got, I still
Yeah,
got my
like, oh, what
Android.
made you switch?
What
Still got
made
my
you
Android.
switch?
I
Let me
ain't switching
tell
nothing.
you.
Golly.
Wow.
No
Okay.
viruses on the iPhone or the iPad.
It damn
No
sure they ain't
viruses.
Wow.
lying. That might be another plus I give 'em. Ain't no viruses.
Yeah.
Ain't
Wow.
that
I
much of a
never
difference.
knew
Ain't that
that.
much of a difference either.
Yeah, you cannot get I think there's a couple of instances, but you can't get viruses on MacBooks, any Apple products you can't get viruses on.
That's what they say, but the new word on the street is to turn your phone on and off every morning. Because if they do try to put something on your phone, you
Mhm.
stop the potential of it by turning your phone off and on every morning.
Yeah.
So
There I mean there's different I'll say that there's different things with it because I used to date somebody who worked in IT for Apple, like the top part of IT for it, and he was
Mhm.
like, "Man, listen." But I know what you're saying. It has evolved since then, and Android because I don't remember ever getting a virus on my phone. I have Android. I don't remember getting a virus on there. and I have gone on different stuff. Now, pop-ups, that's annoying as hell. But
You don't even
prior
get
actual
pop-ups on iPhones. That's the funny thing.
now when I go on certain websites, 'cause I have, right now on my MacBook and on my iPad, there's a bunch of there's still pop-ups on websites you go to. So I still get pop-ups from there. And I was like, okay, but I also still do incognito mode or whatever if I need to do whatever. So that's that. But I still do
Damn.
get pop-ups on
What's
my
the
Well, hold
what's
on.
the
What is
incognito mode?
what's incognito
I
Yeah,
do
mode?
what's
know.
that?
incognito. You
Searching
can
for
go see.
travel.
Yeah, incognito is why you looking like that? Incognito, you just click on like that little plus sign and then you get little three dots and it says incognito mode. That means your search history, everything, no one can see that. It doesn't track your anything, it doesn't do anything like that. You can
Cookies.
cookies,
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't do any of that.
Jay
Incognito mode.
Will, Jay, Jay Will, we are learning a
So
lot here from these ladies on
Yeah,
Side
we
Jawn.
learned
Just want
today.
to let you
It's
We
good when
knew.
you're
real
looking
shit,
for
real
travel
shit.
though,
I just
too,
want to let you know,
guys.
yeah,
It's
real
good
shit
travel.
when
like
you're
this.
searching. It's good unless if you're like searching for airfare or like you're trying to buy something. If you ever go and you like, I just looked at it. How did it go up $15? It's
Hmm.
because it's
It's
tracking
tracking
you.
you.
It's
Hmm.
know you're searching. So when I'm searching for stuff, I do incognito. That way it can't track me. You get
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So if I go
Yep.
back, it could
Ah,
still be the same price.
Yep. Yep.
and
And
it's interesting.
if you do now, I think there may be ways, but people's job ain't looking that deep into it. If you are on your like if you have a work laptop or whatever, you go incognito, they can't like kind of track whatever. Now I wouldn't go and do anything extreme on there, but that's just something that they ain't digging deep to track on either. So that's their do it.
Interesting. Well, you learn something new every
I
day.
would like to learn something new every day. I like to welcome everybody to the sweet love section of the show where they tell secrets and things that we never knew nothing about. Incognito. Had the shit on my phone all this time. Never knew nothing about it.
Oh my
Never
gosh.
even knew.
I
I
mean,
cannot.
I could have I could have been a serial cheater with incognito. Never
You
even knew.
already were. So
Miss, we're not listen. We listen
We
and we
listen
don't
and we
judge.
don't
I
Okay?
didn't
judge.
judge. I said you
Damn.
already were. Stop telling lies. Jeez. You mean you could have been a
It's not no serial
dead?
cheater.
Could have knocked you out.
Goodbye. Can we start? We listen and we don't judge. Because I don't feel the way I've been treated by this one down here. All right.
I mean, if you want to get started, Dennis, do you have something that you want to share? It's like show and tell without
I do got something I
the
want to get
judge.
off my chest. Something I've been tired of hearing about, and I really don't care what they say. So all those Drake lovers, that's out there that's saying that Drake didn't lose and Kendrick's song wasn't that good and all that. Please shut the fuck up. It's over. All right, he lost. It is what it is. Okay. Nobody said his career was over unless he wants it to be over. That's on him. But he just took an L. That's it. People take losses, all right? He took a loss.
And,
And you got to
and,
watch the
and
Super Bowl halftime performance just like the
I was
rest
gonna
of us,
say,
all right?
and Kendrick just got a little bit more motivation. Well, that new album was fire. So
Yeah.
I'm in there.
Listen, we listen and we don't judge. So since you
We don't
started
judge.
in that music vibe, that conversation, my confession is that I don't believe Biggie and Tupac deserve legendary status. I think we only gave it to them because they passed away. But I don't know if they were alive
Wow.
lyrically,
She said, "Wow."
they would have received that
I'm gonna go
honor.
get a drink.
So that's
I
that's
think I
my
definitely think Biggie. I definitely think Biggie would have.
Sir. This is listen and we don't judge, sir.
we listen.
You
No,
can't,
no,
you can't
no, no,
go in.
no. I'm not. No, I'm not judging.
I
I'm just saying. It's
I'm
just
just and
I'm not judging.
yeah, I don't right now. Listen to Biggie lyrics sounds like confessionals. The things that we didn't need to know. That's what it sounds like right now. Some of those things that
Why?
have been said.
Because she said she looked so good that he sucked on his daddy's. Is that why? That's why you said that?
No, when he talked about how his balls threw whoever he was with over the bridge, like there's some things that have been said in some big lyrics that is slightly questionable right now with his
Yeah.
compadre
They are.
now being incarcerated. I mean, they all are. Like, listen, it stopped me in my tracks when they started talking about Aaron Hall. And when you listen to, and I love Juice Down. Okay, it's a DVD that I own. But when you hear the song "Don't Be Afraid," that line
Yeah,
alone tells you you should be
yeah,
afraid. It's actually you should
yeah.
fear for your life. So when you really start breaking this down, we welcome predators for a very long time in our community.
Oh yeah.
But we listen and we don't judge.
I feel like what is what is, bro.
I mean,
And
I'm still listening to.
since we on music,
I got
yeah,
a
I
crazy
still
R.
listen to
Kelly
R. Kelly,
playlist.
right? And I still listen to
My
R. Kelly.
my my R. Kelly playlist is fire. Like,
Shit,
I'm
I
still
listen to
that's
trap. I listen to Trapped in the Closet like that shit happened yesterday. Shit,
Not trapped in the closet. If we had to do
right? That's
any,
my
not
shit.
that.
Couldn't wait for Bridget to get over there with the midget. Shit.
You listen.
Like we don't judge.
yeah, nah. I mean, it's a lot that I mean, especially in music, it's a lot. The things that have been said, lyrically, it's a lot.
But with that,
It's
I'm
and
sorry to
we
stop
just
you.
a lot of shit just goes over your head, especially when you're young. And when you get older and you revisit the shit, you're like, wait a minute, like this
But
ain't
do
right.
you feel like, okay, if do you feel like lyrics should be held in the same light as someone who makes like a public speech or a public declaration, right? Because
All
people
right.
have I have a dream. Okay, we've had grandmas with Martin Luther King with that picture down in Washington D.C. and all of that. They got all of that, and they live by that. They move by that. So, do you think lyrics can be held in the same facet as a motivational speech? And the only reason why I ask that is because I think about Young Thug's trial. They were holding them on this RICO charge based
Yeah.
on
On his
lyrics.
lyrics, right? Which I think is, but see, Tavai, you you gotta be stupid to put anything real in a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, from what for hip hop, what I've always gathered from hip hop is uh Biggie taking scenarios, situations from people that he knows. Jay-Z, taking situations, scenarios, either stories he heard or things that he knows. But you got to be a real bona fide certified idiot to commit a murder or commit some shit and then put it in some lyrics and put it in a song on some
But
shit that really, really happened.
but
I be
flip it and
Smyrna.
make it an R&B song. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. I'm trying to brag about my girl. That's my girl. You know what I
Right,
mean? So there is that alternative. Like we
right,
wanted the Joe, all the things your man can't do. Like all of those
right,
things on the white beach with black sand and all those different.
right,
So it's at what point do we hold them accountable
right.
for the lyrics that they're saying and the impact that it has versus just it's art?
I
Because I
mean,
feel like that's where
I
the
think that
thing is.
right. I think that in Young Thug's situation, they were really trying to build that RICO case against them. And so, and maybe a lot of some of his lyrics, once they started connecting the dots, they were like, oh shit, like this shit really happened. This is real. So then they started listening to more of his lyrics and, trying to, connect the dots. You just can't, you shouldn't, you just can't uh, talk about anything real. Uh, I don't know if you guys remember this. A few months ago, Cameron and Mace, they was talking about how they, back in their, when they was rapping, early on in their careers, messing around with underage girls or young girls or whatever. And that shit got snatched down so quick. I don't know if, the lawyers got involved or somebody say, hey, man, you can't do this. You can't talk about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you getting ready to open yourself up
To
to
a
a
lawsuit.
whole world, you know what I'm saying? To people gonna start coming after y'all. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's just
That's a
certain things that,
conversation. That's a cultural conversation that we it deserves a show, but it is something as a culture we don't acknowledge enough is how
Mhm.
casually we accepted it in daily lives. You know what I mean? Like we casually, it was encouraged, even like, oh, get you an old man because he gonna
Yeah.
take care of
Mhm.
you. You winning,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
winning because you are set. You're good. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
So that is a hard conversation that
I
needs to
mean,
be.
listen, I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, I was in the 10th grade. Um, there were grown ass men coming and picking up, in Mercedes. They was dope boys. You know what I'm saying? They coming up picking the young girls up from high school. I remember it was quite a few young ladies that I went to high school with that had Louis Vuitton purses, Gucci, like, the nails were always done, and I remember, my mom, she was like, baby, how come, you ain't got no little girlfriend or that? And I was like, Mom, like these girls, they're not fooling with me. They fooling with grown ass men. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I'm trying to get $10 from you every day for lunch. Like I can't even take care of my damn self. Let alone take care of another woman. Like, and that was very intimidating. Uh, as a young, young teenage kid, you sitting here liking a young lady, but a cat coming up, picking her up in his, G wagon. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how can you compete with that? You can't compete with that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
So,
it was
so hold on,
promoted. It was
right? But
like,
this the thing though. What's the funniest thing is that now all those women that used to fuck with the R. Kellys are mad at R. Kelly now. Like, he's a creep. No, but you were fucking with the same creep back in high school. You were fucking with that old motherfucker that was fucking on you, and you were fucking him, and you were getting purses, you was getting shoes, you was getting your hair and nails done. That dude that was coming up to high school that was picking these little young girls up. They wasn't just coming up there picking them up just because they were getting something out of this now. Like, let's not this, you know what I'm saying? Like, a man is only gonna do what you gonna let him do, but you can manipulate a young woman, especially older and especially with money. But I laugh now because, like I said, you hear so many women saying how R. Kelly is a monster and he's a menace, but you were fucking with these same monsters when you
but
were
I,
when you were in high school.
but I think is the
No.
thing is you got to take into account when they were in high school, so they were minors and they didn't
Right,
know. But when you know better,
right,
you do better.
right,
So it's very easy to go and reflect on your past and be
right,
able to see where, okay, I could have did something different, or I wish
right,
there was an intervention because I didn't know how to do something different. So I wish
right.
someone else intervened, but I just wanted, like, overall as a culture, because I was going to say, even in books, The Coldest Winter Ever is one of the hardest books that has
I don't think I've read
ever
that.
been. You got to read The Coldest Winter Ever.
Coldest winter ever.
Sister Soldier. They to now is
Oh,
now
yeah,
there's
yeah,
now
yeah.
there's the lore that she didn't even write that book because all of the sequels don't have the same impact as The Coldest Winter Ever. But if you've ever read The Coldest Winter Ever or Omar Tyree's Fly Girl, those were the things, like that was our culture. That's what it
Hmm.
was. So it's one of those things, like, yes, now as a grown woman, I can reflect back and say, damn, I did some dumb things. And we all do that. We have shows on that. Like, we can all
Hmm.
sit back and say, yo, I would never. Because there's plenty
Hmm.
of I never, you would never. Like, I should have been on
I can
Dateline
say I
several
can
years ago.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
And yeah.
I can tell
right.
you I would
Well,
never
that's
right
great.
now.
And
I
I
would
mean,
never
and
go out
and
on New Year's.
and to
Never.
buy, I'm gonna take it.
yeah.
I'm gonna take it. I'll take it. I'm gonna take it a step further, and I'm gonna take it. personally with myself, when I was 15, my girlfriend was 22 years old. Okay. And my mother loved her.
Sadie said,
My mother loved her. Like my grandfather loved her. She had her own car. And she picked me up, take me to school, pick me up from school, drive me off. I was the man, quote unquote, to my homies because they're like, damn, like Jay, you got a fucking woman picking you up from school. Like you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, but when I look back on that, you know what I'm saying, and the things that went down between us sexually, like really, I mean, she really took advantage. You know what I'm saying? Of just I mean, me just
But
like,
those are the
what are you,
Yeah.
conversations.
22 years old, messing with it? And I did lie to her at first. I told her I was 17, right? I told her I was 17, not 15. Then she found out, but when she found out, she still fuck with me. So,
But
it's too late now.
those are the things that need to be questioned. Because I
right.
always say, and I know we're in a whole different direction, but everybody doesn't look at the female as a predator, but they can be.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, like leave it there. But people always undermine that what they are, but they can be. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
it's the same thing. It's always been a sign of accomplishment if you've been able to bag something older, and it's also a
Hmm.
sign of stability because they don't need anything from you. So they're with you
Right.
because they want you, not
Mm-hmm.
because
Right.
they need anything from you. So then
Right.
that gives you a different feeling being on the receiving end of that because you're like, well,
Mm-hmm.
the people my age need me to do this and that and the third, and I'm with this person and I'm living the glamorous life
Mm-hmm.
because they don't need anything from you but that one thing that you can provide.
Now, from 15, now when I was 24, I was messing with a woman. She was 53 years old. Okay. And both she had kids older than me. Right. The only thing that I mean, it definitely sexual, but the only thing that I loved about her is that she was always on me about bettering myself. And she's called me Cupcake. Cupcake, you got to make sure you know what I'm saying? You paying your credit cards on time. You got to have good credit, Cupcake. You got to do this. You got, like Cupcake, you got to get out. You got to get your own place. You don't need a
But she
roommate.
wasn't
Get your own.
demanding of you. She wasn't demanding of you. When you're in a relationship with someone of your mutual age and you have
Mhm.
lived
Elise,
experiences,
change your face.
I'm sorry. I'm
Nah,
trying to do math, and
yeah.
unless I heard wrong,
No, no, no. Let's
but
talk.
when
Let's
Twenty-nine,
talk
okay.
about it.
29, 29, 29,
but
No, I was 24. I
but
was 24.
but when
She was
you
29
52.
years.
She's 50,
but
okay, 52. I sorry, okay.
but when
Yeah.
you think about it, it's say this you on mute. You on mute.
Y'all don't hear me
She's
snapping over here. I said, "How
uh,
old were you?"
Yeah, because I thought I didn't think he said that. I thought he
uh,
said 44.
I thought
That's
he
what I
said
uh.
44.
okay. I thought he said
No,
Mm-mm,
no, no.
44 and
I
mm-mm,
said
53, and I
24.
said, and then
24.
wait,
mm-mm.
no, because I
Uh,
Oh, I missed
okay,
that.
I thought he
Okay.
said
mm,
44, and then he said
mm-mm.
53, and he was like, well, really threw. I said, oh, that's not bad. And then he really threw me. He said, yeah, she got kids older than
Yeah,
me. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she
Okay. I'm
never
caught
said
yeah.
up.
that.
I'm
And
No,
and
sorry.
I
and
thought.
and and
Y'all,
so
y'all, listen, I gotta
and
go
so
back
this is
get
the
that picture, y'all. Y'all faces like, oh,
and
Because
so
I
this
thought
is
he said
so this is like
44.
this is one of the funniest things. I think the first time we went out, I pulled up and I hopped out my truck and I started walking. You know what I'm saying? And I stopped and I look and she's still sitting in my truck. I said, "Oh." So I walk up to the passenger door. I open the truck, and she gets out. She fixes her dress, and she grabbed me by my shirt. She said, "Little nigga, I'm a grown ass woman. When you pick me up, you get my door. You hold the door. Where we going? I'm not one of these little hoochie mamas that you fucking with. I'm a grown." She was like, "Do you hear me? Don't ever." I said, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am."
So
She said, don't ever not come get the door for me." But she was always teaching me
on
and
your
showing,
ass.
like she was on me. Like it wasn't just, I'm
But
just
it's a
sexing this little young dude.
But
You
it's a
know, she
trauma
was.
response. I'm not gonna cap to you because now I'm looking for that in everybody that I deal with. And that's where we fall short in relationships because if you're my age and you don't know no better,
Mhm.
you can't be there. You don't know that I'm looking for you to pick the date, pay the bill, open my door, do these
Right.
things because I'm used to old niggas in zoot suits, okay? Like with the
Hey, I
banky
still don't
Not
have
the
a
outfits
zoo
and
zoo
You know
suit. I
shit.
don't
what?
have
suits.
no zoo suit though.
I'm gonna say this real quick because I'm like thinking what you're saying. Okay, I applaud the correction. I don't applaud the way it was corrected, but because there's a thin line between, grooming and teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
And teaching somebody, like, we people in relationships
Said it.
still
You
now
said
to
it.
this day, you teaching somebody how to treat you in your relationship. But there is a grooming and a whatever, and that was damn
Mm-hmm.
near a slap,
Mm-hmm.
like don't you do that,
Yeah. Yeah. But you
you
know
I
know what I'm
would
what?
saying?
It
It's a
never.
at
But you
least
know
groom.
what?
at
You know,
least
at least it
I
never
know what
happened
you're
again
trying to
though.
say.
It never.
I
I know
think
where you're going, but it
it
never
was a
happened
good way
again.
to put it.
Every time I picked her ass up, I got the door for her.
Yeah.
I jumped out. I got helped her out of the car. Where it went weird was after
You
about
gonna
two
tell that story?
years.
You gonna tell that story?
No, where it went weird after about 2 years, she was like, "Cupcake, I think that you should move in with me. I think that," and I was like, "Huh?" Because now at this time, now I got my own 2 bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? I'm living. You know what I'm saying? I'm hanging with the fellas. I'm doing my thing. And she was like, "I think that we should move in together." And I was like, "Nah, like." I didn't know how, and then that's when it just kind of went left, because I'm
Mm.
That's
like
the
live
control.
together. Yeah, like live together. I
That's
can't
the
give up.
control.
Right, I can't give up what I have, to come move in with you. And in my mind, I'm like, it should almost be like moving them back in with my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
nah, I'm
That
not,
was your
nah.
aha moment.
Right,
You
right,
were her fountain of youth.
right, right,
And you're out here just living life and I need that. You're the fountain of youth. Like, yeah.
right,
Mm-mm.
right. And I mean, there
Mm-mm.
was
I was
times we would be out and people would be looking at us trying to figure it out, like, is that mother and son? Or,
How
and
come?
we were at this bar once, and this older black guy who probably was her age, maybe a little bit older, he was sitting across the bar and he was just sitting there, just like, and so I was like, I said, what's my man? Like, he just keeps staring. And she started laughing. And so he got up, got his jacket, and he walked around the bar. He came by me and he whispered something in her ear. And she started laughing. I said, "What did he say?" She said, "Oh, that old motherfucker called me Stella." And we started laughing. She said, "Yeah, he just jealous." You know what I'm saying? But I was like, 24 years old, you don't know nothing about life. But I love the fact that she, like, again, she was always on me. She helped me buy my very first brand new car, always on me, Cupcake, you got to make your payments on time. You got to be responsible, Cupcake. So I I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just, all just raw, slutty, sex.
Mm-mm.
But
It's never that. We're
yeah,
educators.
right,
We're at the forefront. We are educators. In
right.
any space and forum that we are in, we are influencers, we are educators, we are.
I will have to say it to women do make a house into a home. I do have to say that.
Oh, of course. Of course. Of
Y'all wouldn't
course.
have clothes. Not I wouldn't even say clean, but y'all would just wouldn't have clothes because
I don't know about that, Tavai, but no, no, you
Mm-mm.
know what? No, I take
No,
that back. You're right.
no,
Mm.
Because
I agree with you.
we only get dressed for y'all. You're right. We only get dressed for y'all.
No, no, but no,
I only bought all
what I
that.
will say,
Only bought all that shit I bought for you. There was only two reasons I bought all them clothes I bought: work and women. Those are the only two reasons I bought all the clothes I bought. That was it.
what I will say to Vi is that you guys will bring a certain style to a man. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, I'm just, like I'll go out and get a pair of blue jeans. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. Like, it could be whatever. But you'd be like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
You right?
Here, you know what I'm
Because
saying? Try
light
these on. You know what
wash
I'm
in the
saying?
winter burns my grits. Do not have a light wash denim on in the winter. I can't stand it. Light wash is only for the summer. So you're right.
See, it's funny, that's the East Coast name because
Are you
um
serious?
like I think so because like what, you're not supposed to wear white sneakers until Memorial Day or something like that. Like you
After
wearing white
It's
sneakers
supposed to
after,
be
after.
you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day, but I
Okay,
don't think
right,
anybody
right.
goes does that anywhere. 'Cause I think Sadie's brought that
no,
up before. She
because
said, "What about winter white?" And I'm like,
We have
and
Mm-hmm.
winter
I'm like,
white. Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, what?
not just
Yeah,
that, somebody throws an all white party right after Labor Day. I'm like, what in the
right.
fuck?
Yeah, because I mean that
But
I
I'd
think that
never heard
actually
that
came
until I
out.
moved here though. I never heard that until I
Mm,
moved here. I'm
That's
like,
the
yeah.
what you mean
East
you
Coast
can't wear
I
thing,
thought
white
they
huh?
said that
sneakers?
was on a movie. That was on a movie. It was on a movie that
Like
they
you could,
that was the serial mom or serial killer or something like that, where she killed the people that wore white after Labor Day.
Oh my God.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen,
Like you
Lisa
can't like
Ray is the ambassador of wearing white all year round. So you can do it, but
Yeah.
it is different shades once you
I
get
don't
into it.
know. I don't
She
know
does
if
though.
she
Listen.
She
believes
like,
in it.
She
she been
does.
doing that for like the last 35 years
Years,
though.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
See, I don't know if I'm. I don't know.
But nevertheless, the end of the conversation is we make you guys better. We listen and we
No,
don't judge.
Yeah.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. No. I agree with you 100%.
Hmm.
Like Dennis said, like we buy clothes. You know what I'm saying? We want to impress y'all, and and then
Right.
even when you're in a relationship, with a woman, it's just different little touches that women put on it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it could be
Very.
a watch, or you know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, wear that watch with this, or you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I agree. I probably wouldn't agree with you 20 years ago, but I agree today though.
But
listen, I
sometimes
can
I ain't
look
gonna lie
at
to
a
you. I ain't
man.
gonna lie to you, G. Will. Sometimes it's like a thin line to that, though, G. Will. Sometimes they can give you the style of a lifetime, and then sometimes they'll have you wearing some shit. You be like, yeah, your wife wore that, didn't she? Yeah. Like
Listen,
that's if you on some
don't
shit like that, like you got that ugly ass sweater on. This ain't even ugly
Sadie's
sweater thing. Like,
Sadie's and Elise can attest to this. You know when a couple is, and he's down bad when you go on vacation and you be like, that is a Fashion Nova fit. Like your girl just bought you that set off of Fashion Nova. Like she
she,
did that
she ain't
for
even
you.
try to. She ain't even try to make you look good. She just, hey, you could put this on.
We
Like,
we
nah,
were
Yeah,
in
man.
see, nah.
Cancun. Remember y'all when we were in Cancun? Well,
The
no,
2-piece
Cabo.
sets.
The two-piece set. We was in
You
Cabo.
see the guys in the 2-piece sets
Oh
with
We
yeah.
this
was getting
with the
ready
with
to
the
do
button up
that.
shirt and the shorts.
Yup.
You be like,
Oh, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I
you're
rock
in
that.
a
I love that.
relationship.
Yep, you're in a
Yeah. You can tell when
relationship.
they.
You're in a
Yeah.
relationship.
You can tell.
I can
Mm-hmm.
You can
look at a
tell.
man and tell he's in a relationship. Yeah, you're in a relationship.
Relationship.
She did
Mm-hmm.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You've been
All of
loved.
that. And a
Yep.
bag of chips.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I
Yep.
know.
Yep.
I know a woman years ago. Um, we met. Somebody introduced us. We met, and I hugged her, and she like smelled my shirt, and she was like, "Hmm." I was like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "You got a woman at home?" I'm like,
Yep.
"Nah." She was like,
Your lo- your
No, I
laundry
really
smells
didn't
different.
know." But she was like, "You got fabric softener in your," and I was like, "God damn!" Like it ain't like we embraced and held on to each other for 10 minutes. Like we just hugged. She was like, "That's fabric softener in your shirt," and I was like, "Yeah, I use fabric softener." She was like, "I don't know. You sound like you got a woman at home." I was cracking up. I was
Hmm.
like, "Damn!"
Cause
But I
yeah,
That's
guess,
listen.
I
that's
guess,
snuggle. That's
That's
that
they
stick
don't.
not
of
They
the
don't
that's not
expect.
knowledge.
that's
Honestly, J.
not normal.
Will. They don't expect us to do the domestics. That's what it is.
We
right,
don't.
No,
right.
it's not even that because she didn't say, "Oh, your shirt's clean." She said, "You got," because that's an extra step that is can be optional for people to not put fabric softener
Yeah,
on certain things. So that's an extra step. We didn't say y'all were,
it's part of,
you do domestic
part of your
stuff, you got to
domestic.
live clean, eat whatever. But
But
he
see,
had
at least
fabric
I
softener.
get. like
and you know
I
what
get
it
my
is
food.
though. Go ahead. I let you go. Go ahead. J-Will.
No, no, no. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know what it is? Yeah, it's like your mom and your grandma teach you all that stuff because they know ain't no
Right,
woman gonna do this for you. They know that.
right.
They teach you how to cook, clean, and
Hmm.
wash clothes and all that, iron and everything. They teach you all of that stuff for a reason because they know ain't no woman doing all
Well,
this for you.
my mother used to
So
always
you
tell
better
me,
get used to doing this
listen,
stuff.
my mother used to always say, I want you to be able to survive on your own. You know what I'm saying? That if you never have a woman or whatever, like you got to be able to survive. Um, but shit, Dennis, when you cut me off, I was gonna make a point. I can't remember what I was gonna say.
That's why I said go ahead.
Nah,
Listen,
but
survival is
um,
key, but y'all assume that we excel at everything. Not every woman can cook, clean,
No, oh no, we
laundry.
don't assume that.
yeah,
So
Oh no,
you
we don't
better come
assume
equipped with a few skills because we don't master it all. And there are just some things that I leave and let be because that's his area expertise, and I don't interfere unless I'm needed. When it comes to
Not my
laundry,
ministry. Not my
it's not
so,
my
ministry.
ministry. He has his whole system. You know what I do? Linens. He doesn't wash the linens. I wash the linens. I do dress the bed. That's my ministry. But
mhm.
everything else, he has his whole system. But it's opening you up to the idea that hey, she doesn't have to have everything to be good because that's the catch. Is like, oh, you got to have these all these accoutrements to be a good woman,
no,
No,
and I may not.
no,
Because listen, I may
no,
not be able to cook, and I can read, and I may not be able to cook because my palate could be off. You understand what I'm saying? Some
I
people have a salty palate, and it
so
don't
Vi,
matter.
I just think
usually
that
those are slippers. Yeah, go ahead.
I just think that there are things that a woman needs to do, and there are things that a man needs to do, and you both have to allow that to happen. You can't you can't you can't be the man and the woman in your relationship. I can't be the man and the woman in our relationship. There are
But
things that you and once you like you said, you figured out your husband, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, he does this, you know what I'm saying? But you allow him to do that though,
mm,
instead of standing over him and saying,
Mm.
Yeah,
you need to put a little bit more snuggle in the washing machine and do this and do that. You let him take care of it. You know what I
absolutely,
mean?
he
Yeah,
convinced me when his white stay white. Okay, when you're able to keep a
right,
white,
Hmm.
you
right,
know what you're doing. I'm not
correct,
going to interject. Yeah.
right, right. But I
Hmm.
think that
I like that.
there's so many relationships, marriages that again, there's certain situations where I got to let you be the woman,
Mm-hmm.
and there should be certain situations where you got to let me be the man. But you can't overstep. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to, if I'm in a situation where I got to be the man, then are you trying to be the man too? See that's where the problems come in at though,
My
because
Jay,
it's
only
well, I
like
have a
Well,
And
it,
that's
interjection.
question.
why,
yeah.
Go
Well,
ahead, say it, because
honestly,
I was
that,
gonna say
that's
there
Sadie,
was
why
an interjection. I have an interjection to
go
that.
ahead,
that's
Sadie.
why I was trying to say. I was trying to say this at least earlier. Is the difference between being a partner and a parent. That's
Yes,
what I was trying to say. The partner
absolutely.
and the parent. Yeah, but go ahead, Sadie.
No, I was just gonna ask, when does that conversation happen? Is that
It gotta
I
situational? Like,
I
think
think
it's
that's
it gotta happen all
situational.
the time.
situational.
I think it's situational, but I think that once the situation happens, then you need to play your position. Or once the situation happens and you check me on some shit, then I need to play my position. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to think, like say your girl say one of your girlfriends is over, you know what I'm saying? And your husband says, something and your girlfriend says some slick shit or says something smart back to your husband. Well, it's time for you to step in and check your friend. You know what I'm saying? Your husband shouldn't have to, check your girlfriend. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you shouldn't be talking like that to my husband. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
that's not. You know what I mean? And as your
Mm-hmm.
husband, he just needs to stand back and say, "No, I'm gonna let Mercedes handle that." Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't handle it, and she keeps saying some slick shit, getting smart ass, being a smart ass or whatever, then he's got to check her. You
But
know what I
I'm going
mean?
to
But
say,
allow your woman to be the woman in certain situations, and allow your man to be the man in certain situations. That's all.
I'm going. Go ahead, say. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. Don't be
No,
sorry.
I'm done. Elise had a question.
Go ahead.
I forgot because you threw another. I was originally I was asking you what scenario you were bringing that into, like, because I honestly think that yes, it is situational, but I also think that sometimes you can't have that conversation prior. Sometimes things happen in the moment where you have to, because you're not going to remember everything when you get into a relationship. That
Right,
I'm like, oh
right.
yeah, heck, we got to talk about that. Good God.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get together and talk like the standard things. Yeah, like household, whatever, and stuff like that, and certain things, and learning like
That's
what
why
y'all
it's
want to be in a
situational,
relationship. And
though.
yes, it's situational. So if it comes up, like,
Right.
none of us will ever, the three, I can speak for the three of us, will ever have that situation that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
No, no,
Because
that was
that's,
just a random,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But I'm
Oh,
just saying, like, if it goes, like, uh, I've been in situations with a young lady, and, we were young, so I don't really expect for her to understand this, but I've been in situations where, maybe she's wearing something revealing or something, and we're walking, what I'm saying? And it's two or three dudes looking at her, you know what I'm saying? And like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see me with my man, y'all niggas, and it's like, hey, like, first of all, I'm not about to sit there and fight three dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? They just looking. They didn't touch you. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't call you, hey, sexy bitch. And then they just looking. Now, I mean, it is disrespectful for them to be looking because we are together, but don't sit there and start talking crazy to these dudes. You know what I'm saying?
She
Let's
was
just go
testing
on and
you, J. Will.
right,
yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
don't test me with three dudes though, three or four dudes, because
Mm.
I
there's no way in the
mean,
Wait till
I
world
there's
want
I'm
one.
to
not gonna win that
see.
though.
I
I'm not
want to
gonna
see
win
you
that.
defend my honor,
But
Nah,
see
nah, I'm not
now,
gonna.
it's
I'm not
so
gonna
yeah,
win that.
that was too that's
Uh,
too much.
That was
That I
That's
think
extra.
that's too,
that
yeah.
was
yeah,
extra because yeah, they were
yeah.
just looking. Now if they had touched or grabbed and like whatever, that's
Right,
a whole different story. And regardless, you're
correct.
gonna have to take the L, bro.
Right,
So,
right.
but nah, that's mm-mm. That
But
sounded
again,
like
let me be
attention
the
seeking.
man. Right, let me
Yeah.
be the man. Let's, we
What
going to go ahead and still have a good
I'm
evening or
going to
whatever.
say with that, in either side, because it doesn't matter, male or female, and whatever you're
Hmm.
supposed to fulfill, it is your ability to be consistent in fulfilling that role that gives me the confidence to let you do it.
Hmm.
So
Mm,
if I've given you an opportunity to do that and you continue to fall short, you cannot expect me to live in disappointment,
Correct.
especially if I know I'm equipped to fix the
Hmm.
situation.
Hmm.
So I feel like in whoever we put this in, male or female, if you are not showing that this is your strength and you're equipped to handle it, I'm not going to watch you flail. I am
Right.
going to have to interject and say, this is not, like we said earlier, this is not your ministry. If
Right.
finances is
yeah.
not your ministry, you
Right.
will not run the household budget. Okay, we
Correct.
just we are not doing that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's the ability to be able to accept that because I had to learn that I am, we love to say I am every woman. No, no, I am not. There are
Right.
some lines, there's some boundaries, there's some things that
Right.
I know that I cannot do. Some of it is choice and some of it is skill set, but whatever it may be, I don't want that crown. But for some people, they want that. They want to carry that load of I am your all and everything. I don't want to be that. The level of expectation,
Hmm.
requirement, perfection
Hmm.
that is expected when you want to put on that I am everything role,
Hmm. Hmm.
absolutely, positively not. I want to divvy this up as much as we can. I love multiplication in this concept. No,
Yeah.
I don't want all of that responsibility on me, but I am also not going to be on a boat knowing how to patch the hole and watching you just do the bucket of water
Nah,
bailing us out. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
going to let us drown either. So it's a balance with that.
Woo!
I think I'm just gonna say that you made me think of a really good scenario because that's also a conversation. That is one of those conversations you can have beforehand too. Like, what are your expectations in in our relationship? Like all that stuff. And when you don't have the conversation, you have to deal with the in the now in the moment. And my example is our first time going away together, and there was a situation with not a situation with the room, but they just didn't alert us when we were supposed to. We're just wandering around the casino like, oh, when my room will be ready, we've been here forever. And his going to action is, hey, and I guess he expected me to do the same. And I'm like, no, 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 that's not how I do things.
right, right,
And
right,
I had to, and I did. I'm not I'm gonna correct you in public. I'm a what you call it in private, but I'm also
right,
gonna do the cues of like put my hand there and like I got this. I have it.
right,
You gonna let me have
right,
it? Touch you
right,
and then a cue like, oh, okay. And I took over the situation, not to embarrass him, like, well, this is what I think you mean, and handled it not the way you do it, but and we had to talk
right,
about it later. I'm like,
right,
he's like, thank you for not like, boy, hush, I got this. It was a
right,
subtle, but calm down. Let me
right,
take
right,
over
right.
this because this isn't your forte. You a hothead. You gonna get us kicked out,
I was gonna
and
say, and
that's what do that.
Yeah,
if y'all both
that's
going
that's
crazy,
my
if y'all both going crazy, then you
Yeah,
right. You know what? We ain't got a room for y'all. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Y'all kick
exactly.
rocks. So you
That
got to have one
exactly.
level head. You got to have one
Ex-
level headed person in the situation.
right. And again, I didn't even know that was a thing because his the history that who you've been dealing with is like usually we gonna turn act fool, and I'm like no, and I was like, and at the end of the day we got upgraded. After I'm like I said that's not
See what I'm
FYI. If you
saying?
expecting me to do whatever, that's not. You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, boo. I'm
That's
not gonna
it.
do all that. So
Yep.
that's not how
see.
I am.
Sometimes what I had to learn is you don't always have to cuss them out verbally.
Exactly.
Or
Right. No.
a per my email woman, child. Per my last email woman, child.
Listen,
Yeah, you hear me?
You get
No.
anybody that's
listen.
ever been in a corporate setting, because
Oh
we
yeah.
have to do that every day, is
Mhm.
give it back in a way that can be received. So
Hmm.
I work in insurance, so I'm quick to say, per the policy that you signed, the
Mhm.
contractual agreement that you made,
Mhm.
this ain't got nothing to do with me. You didn't
Mhm.
read. I bring it back to reading all the
I was
time. You
I
did
ain't gonna
not
lie to y'all.
Listen.
read.
That was the one time I really did miss having a girl when they lost my
Mm.
luggage. I was like, you know what? I need
We will
I need a
fight tooth
girl.
and nail. Okay.
What? She'd have got me a fucking 100,000 free miles. No, I
Yup,
need
a
a
Mhm.
free
girl.
Man.
flight.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah, a
Man.
whole free
Listen.
flight.
Yep.
Listen.
Upgrades. Free
It's
Listen.
all
food.
about your. You can't just. There's certain situations where you have to always remain professional, and you know what I mean. The way you talk to somebody, like you said, like you done got upgraded. You got a jacuzzi in the middle of the floor in the room. You got a huge
Mhm.
balcony. You know what I'm saying? Where you just had like a tiny room at first. Like
Yeah.
allow
Mm.
somebody to fix it for you before you just go 0 to 100. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like it's just no. Yeah, and like you said, you're not gonna correct him and right there
No.
in the moment. But when we get back to the room, hey, honey, we can't you can't just fly off the handle and go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if that's not something that you're good at, I got you.
I got
You
you.
know what I'm
I
saying?
got you.
And and as a man, if I know that I'm a hothead, or if I know that that's just something I'm not good at, I gotta respect that and be like, yes, you know what I'm saying? From now on, I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you handle that. And there's
Yeah.
But
I'm
nothing
like,
honestly,
wrong with that.
I said you
that
could be saying
honestly
something.
that shows y'all balance because
Yeah.
Mhm.
situations that know each other. That shows your balance.
Yeah. It's
There's
just
nothing
in
wrong with
it's
that.
like everything. I'm like everything you're saying is super valid, but
Mhm.
nobody hears it when you are And
it's
this is
about the
this is a
message.
thing that we talked about. We say this, but I talk about too. Like, not saying y'all, but men are quick to call women emotional, but they're forgetting that anger is an emotion too. And
Mhm.
quick with it. I'm like, you can't rush and call me emotional because I might do something a little or feel these feelings differently. You are emotional. Anger is an emotion, and you're jumping to anger. You're emotional. I can call you emotional because that is your go-to emotion that you hit to anger and all the degrees of it or something like that. So I put it out there
Yeah,
because I
but
always say that
we
too. I'm saying y'all are saying it as
nah,
a
but we
a
might be emotional. We might be emotional, but see, y'all emotional. Y'all come and slash all four of our tires. Not
no
even
no no
realize. Hold
no
on.
no.
Not
That's
even realizing
psychotic.
that's our
You
mama
slash,
in the
at
car.
least you slash
You know what
No
I'm
tires.
saying? Yeah, yeah,
no
no, I'm saying that. Not even realizing that that's our mom
no
or that's our sister in the car. And the
Katie, you
next thing you
slash
know, you're like,
tires.
no.
"Oh, I'm
That's
We
sorry.
gonna eat
I'm
something.
sorry.
She gonna
Oh, I'm so sorry." Like
no. I'm not
women are
saying,
emotional
but
to the
that's
point
not.
to where
I don't
y'all
Sugar
think
just
in
that.
tank.
See, but
Sugar in tank.
I don't think that that is emotional. Well, somebody doing that. I think that this is acting crazy. Like so there's an emotion that comes and there's an action after that. Their
Mhm.
action because of that, whatever. Your emotion is what you're feeling in that moment. So what you do afterwards is you had time to think. You had time to go get that knife or get the whatever and walk, angry walk to that.
buy you slash tires, buy.
Like
Huh?
you had time to do that. So you could have
Buy
No,
went
you
down
slash
from whatever
tires.
emotion it was.
never.
Yeah.
Actually,
Never.
want to say never. I I'm just
I've done
now,
stuff, but not fires.
and this not no
You
like
what?
whatever, but just now being married, I'm now in a place like this might be the nigga that I would slash tires for.
It's
You
so
know what I
much
mean?
investment.
It is so much investment. So previously, no,
That
I've
that's a
never bust
that marriage
windows.
investment is different. You're absolutely right.
I I want somebody that to ask me that later on. But for me, I don't. I've done stuff younger, but I've never gotten to that point of where I'm like, it's never that serious to me.
Right.
You've
Never,
done some what
never.
younger? What have you
Not
done
not.
younger?
So no,
Come on, we're here. We listen and we
no.
don't judge. Judge. Let's hear it.
So I didn't do anything like that. I just took
Well, what
all
you
of his
do?
stuff, got him kicked out of his apartment, and sold all. When I sold, I gave away all his weed and sold all of his other stuff.
Hmm.
That's it.
You
Yeah, that's the
sold
same as slashing tires. That's a
you
Yeah,
little
I said
bit
when I was
worse.
younger. I was younger
That's
than
a
I did
little bit
that.
worse. You got my man's kicked out.
you're
Yeah,
so much
I
more
got it. Like
strategic.
I
I was
think
the
you
reason
would
why
have.
he got
I think
that
you'd have rather
apartment.
you slash. Honestly, I think you'd have
He
rather
didn't
you
have no
slash his
car.
tires.
He
I ain't
didn't
gonna
have
lie
no
to you.
car. He didn't have a car.
Uh,
Listen,
So
the-
and like
back in the day, that's what that was the go-to move. If a nigga got a car in your name or had a utility
on
bill in
your
your name,
name.
you'd be like, "What?
Yeah.
Turn that shit off."
Yeah.
I tell my homies that that's young now. They be like, yeah, I'm gonna get this girl to get a car in her name. I said, so then y'all can
Boo.
break up and just take the car from me. That's what
listen,
you waiting for?
let me tell you
Nope.
as somebody
Because
who
you
works in
know that means you
insurance,
gotta be.
you
Yeah,
won't be
this is all I
covered.
told him. I said, you know, you got to be loyal to that girl for at least 5 years so you can pay the
Well,
car
shoot.
off.
Now 10 years for a car.
Listen, but
Yeah,
Right.
shit.
I said at least five.
I just did a 7 year loan. Shit.
listen, from the insurance standpoint, you won't be covered. So you can fuck around and be in that car, and you won't be
I
covered if
tell
something happens to you. Like
Mm.
that's the
I tell all my homies the same thing. I said, listen, get all your own stuff.
Do they
listen.
Hmm.
Get
inspect it
all your
for
own
this?
stuff.
Do they inspectors say, "Oh, this was slash. We're not doing it"? Can you just say, "Oh, I ran over
You can
a
say
deer
that. You can say that.
with antlers and just like
You
whatever"?
no. When it comes to animal, and I can't really go. Well, if when it comes to animals, the best thing you
Uh
can
oh.
do is hit them. To be clear, and that sounds horrible, but for you and your coverage, and don't wash your car after.
I didn't. Yeah,
I just want
I was
I
there.
just want to
So,
let
They
everybody
but
did
if
know.
you
Yeah,
good.
I
They
just
that's
did
want to
good.
let Peter. I just want to let Peter know on this show here. We love animals, Peter.
I
Don't you come
do,
for us, okay?
I
Listen, we talked
do,
about.
but I'm saying in the aspect of insurance, and it is
Yeah,
dear. Pole and you let Bambi
Here.
go. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. Is just
Yeah.
Shit,
know
I
They
just
took care of
killed a
me.
deer the day before Thanksgiving. My fucking brand new fucking truck. I hadn't even
Oh
had the truck
no,
a
J
month.
Will.
God
I
knows,
Oh
told
yeah.
y'all. I told
And
y'all
my
this was
truck
gonna get bad.
and my truck is still in the shop.
and it will be for at least 45 to 60 days. I'm
Yep.
here to tell
Man.
you as an adjuster, it
And
will
around the
be,
holidays because
especially around the
The
holidays.
problem and the other problem is that it's a 2025, and they're saying that they're having a hard time getting parts from
Finding
Honda. They called me
comparables,
yesterday.
even
They
finding
called me
parts,
yesterday. They're like, "Hey,
they,
we're still waiting on parts," and
they
for
so
can't total it out.
2025.
yeah,
They can't total it out because the comparables are ass. And they're going to
Mm.
be paying out the wazoo. There's so many reasons with that.
I'm not,
I
and I
got,
told them that I'm like, just total it out, and I'll go buy another one. Like, you know
they
what I'm
don't want
saying? Like,
to. They not trying to pay. I can't even tell you who, but the claim, this is going completely left. But nevertheless,
Wait. So
you
if they
plan
total it out, that
ahead.
means you don't have to pay that loan no more.
Not necessarily. So
no,
what happens is
no,
that
I
we
have gap
try
coverage,
that
so
too, but
Yeah.
what you need, listen, if I had to give a brief PSA on insurance, you need gap, you need collision and comprehensive, you
that's what I have.
need or UMIN, which is underinsured or uninsured motorists. So that will cover you whether or not you get hit, and you need some form of medical. So some states it's required, in other states it is not. In Pennsylvania, it's $5,000 minimum that is required for your medical. You need that because medical will break you. Ambulance comes out to the scene, that's basically your medical coverage. And
Hmm.
your personal health insurance will not pay if they know it is auto related. They will deny those claims. And
Mm.
if they
Damn.
pay, they will send a lien to your auto insurance to get their money back. So if I had to get in rental, oh, I've had people with brand new cars completely paid out with no rental coverage. Pay the bare minimum and get a freaking
Mm. Yeah.
rental. Because when push comes to shove, and people be like, oh, the rental you get with your insurance is not the rental that you get when you go to the counter. At the counter, you may need a $300 deposit, and in insurance, you only need a $50 deposit. It does not have to be a credit card, it can be a debit
Debit
card.
card. Yep.
So yes, you're paying more out of pocket, but God forbid something happens, you are
Correct.
covered on the back end.
Hmm.
Yep.
Hmm.
So I say that to
Had,
say total losses is not to make you whole. Total losses is
right.
based on the actual cash value of your vehicle at that
Right.
time. So
I
you could
just,
have,
like I said, this happened the day before Thanksgiving. I dropped it off the
Mm.
next week because of Thanksgiving. So it sat a whole week. So the day before Thanksgiving, I dropped it off the following Thursday. And here we are, December 27th, and you guys are still saying you can't get parts. I can't get parts. We're waiting on parts. We're waiting on parts. Whatever. Just, and I think the total is like $1,900. But it just seemed like if you just total it out and I just start all over, because literally
Yeah.
they
I've
will
only made two
eventually,
payments.
they
Yeah.
You think
will,
so?
Let me tell you, literally, when I with my car is much older, and this was like what 2 years ago, and hit a deer, and it was I think like the day out, like a couple of days after Christmas or something like that. I couldn't drive it, so they had to tow it. That whole
Hmm.
process, them getting him out to tow it and all that stuff like that, took a minute. Anyway, and they were like, it's you ain't getting this car back until like we can't even tow it. They were trying not to tow it until like January, and this is
the
around Christmas,
holidays.
something like that. The holidays, and they're like, we are
Mm-hmm.
backed up. Our lot is full. We can't even take your car. So I had to wait for that. I did not get my car back, and there was like a radiator, a lot of stuff was that deer jacked my car. But they wouldn't total mine out, and I only had what a year left to pay on it. They would not total my car out,
It's
and they
not
would
based
not
on
total
that.
it. They would
It
not
is
total it out.
it is based on the actual, and I'm telling you, I'm dropping T. It's based on the actual cash value, and it's in your policy. It's based on the actual cash value of your vehicle and the cost of repair. If the cost of repair is more than the actual cash value of your vehicle, we're totaling it. We're
Yeah,
totaling
Oh
it.
no,
We're
yeah,
no,
they're not
totaling
that's
gonna
it.
do that.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
And
they're
then
not doing
certain
that.
things like framework, we got to total airbags. You have to total. Those are
Yeah.
things
Nah,
that you can't bend on. Wait,
Now the
I
only
floods. You should be totaling.
that I don't know who you
it
have
was.
either, because I with mine
I got
they even
Geico.
gave me. I have State Farm, and they gave me a check because the depreciation of my car went down even more. So they gave me a check for that
In
too,
Atlanta,
outside of the extra
in
money.
State
Georgia, there
Farm.
is depreciation value that we have to assess for
Yep.
with our
They,
planes.
they
Yes,
yep.
yeah,
They gave me a check. I was like, oh, because they
yeah,
kept giving me the money to give to the people, and I'm like, why don't you just pay the people? But I was like, they're like, oh no, that check is yours because your car went down in value. And I said, eh,
yeah.
okay.
We have to assess for depreciation, and it's different in each state,
Mm,
Hmm.
and um, the coverage and coverage requirements are different in each state, and you also need to know what your collision laws are because they're different in each state.
mm,
So if it's a state like where I live, 4951, if I have any involvement or I'm any part of the reason of the accident, then they don't. They can deny cover. You know what I mean? So you
mm.
gotta know. It's so much.
It,
It's
it
and
it
that's how they
totally
get you.
right. It totally wasn't my fault. Like
Yeah.
literally 5 minutes from the house, but I'm driving and three deer run across the road. They run across, so I slowed down and they ran across the road. Then two of them ran up on the sidewalk. Another one was just kind of standing there. So I going slow. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at them. Like just making sure they don't bolt back across. And I'm like, okay, I'm like probably like right up on him. I'm like, okay. And I put my foot on the gas, and I guess it was another one playing catch up. As soon as I put my foot on the gas, it just ran into the car
Yeah.
and bounced off. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Right? Like, so I didn't, the way it hit and the way it sounded, I was like, oh, okay, what's a truck? So it ain't bad. I pull up in the parking, my job, I get out, I was like, yo, like,
Yeah.
They're
the
all
fuck?
muscle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah, man. And
all.
it was a big deer
It
too.
was an elk.
And then I even ended up coming. I
That was
ended
an
up
elk.
coming back through there after I got off work, and it was laid off to the side, laying there dead. So I was like, yeah, he got
They're
killed in front of his
all
I was
family
looking
or
for
his
that
little
joint to
homeboys.
run back over it. That
listen.
pissed me off so bad. I'm sorry. We listen and we don't judge, okay?
Yeah,
I
Peter
wanted
coming
to
for your
run back.
ass.
I came back the next day in another car. I was like, where is that mother? It pissed me off. I didn't see it laid over on the side or nothing, and the fur was still
Nah.
in my
Oh
bumper.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
I got a lot of fur. A
I'm
lot of
telling
fur.
you right now, take pictures of your vehicle, the location. If you hit someone, if someone hits you, get their license plate, get their VIN, take the pictures. If there's someplace around you, a store that has cameras, note that. Get everything you can in your favor. We look at pictures, there's metadata. So this is all this we can tell based on the metadata, your logistics, where you were, the time you took that picture, the location, the
Hmm.
GPS, the longitude, latitude, all of that. And that is what you want for your claim. Call the
Right.
police.
Mm.
Whether they show up or not, call them. Make the report.
Right.
All of that works in your favor. I may not have a job after this, but all
Stop. It's
but
okay. You
but
didn't
even
release
with
any information.
right, I didn't say. But even with medical, you need to read your coverages. You need to understand your co-insurance, your deductible, your out-of-pocket costs, your out of your total
This-
out of pocket that you're going to, your deductible. This is the beginning. We love to plug life, love, and wellness. This is the beginning of the new year. Everybody's new policy start in January. Get your physicals. Those things are still free. They're still covered benefits. Get those
Mhm.
preventative measures, those preventative costs. Get your
Them
dental.
HSA cards.
Listen, get
Get
it.
them
Find out.
HSA cards.
And see, from where I guess the way my seatbelt, because it happened on the left side, but my right shoulder was like, I never even went to the doctor because I'm like, okay, maybe it was just, the impact and just me, being shocked. But for about a week, my right shoulder was like killing me. And everybody's like, go to the doctor. I'm like, like,
You still
I
can.
yeah, I'm
You
trying to tough it out, but
don't. You still can.
yeah.
It's going to fall under your policy. and you just need to make sure they have your claim number and your insurance so that they bill your auto and not your personal.
Right. Right. Right.
Mm. Sounds like an extra couple of days off, J. Will.
Listen,
Right.
Trust me. Trust me. And I still went to work and worked. You know what I'm saying? The day, like, I literally showed up and worked. And then this is was really fucked up. What really pissed me off was I show up to work. I'm asking them the next week, can I take the Thursday off? You know, because I just use the vacation day to take the Thursday. Oh, well, it's that time of the season and we can't give no time off. I'm like, motherfucker, I
They
showed
don't
up. I
care.
still came to right. They don't give a damn.
Yeah,
Like I
they don't
came to
care.
work after I got into a car accident, and now I'm trying to handle my business to take my car into the shop and handle my shit. And you can't give me the day off. So I'm like, okay, all
You
right,
want
I
me to say
got
it?
you.
Y'all want me to say it?
yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that job.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Right.
if recent events haven't told us anything, whether it is rumor or truth that they still had the board meeting after the bowl, you know what I mean? That
Hmm.
lets you know where you stand. And he was at the top. If they
Right.
didn't give a damn about him, they don't
Right.
give a damn about anybody else. And I'll say it for me, like in a cubicle, they don't give a damn about us. They just want their equipment returned. That's about it. Like that is where it comes. Like so I in the upcoming year, in the upcoming administration, take your PTO. I would as far as taking days randomly off because we have to put our stuff in advance. Give yourself that mental health day. And keep looking. I never stop looking, okay? I find new job boards, new titles because they change what
I,
you do and give it a new title. It gets rebranded every year.
I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that you were an
So,
adjuster. To lie.
but I do other things on the side. So
Mhm.
you gotta keep your options open. You gotta do different things. So
I
I do.
trust me.
You got to do what you got to do. But I would say continue to look, continue to educate yourself in your field. Um,
Hmm.
Free workshops, free things that you can attend that your job doesn't have to have any knowledge of, because God forbid you move beyond them. But 2 week notices are outdated. You know, those. If I had to do it over again, not in the role that I'm in, because I could easily be replaced. But like if I
Hmm.
was doing case management again, if I knew I was dipping, I would start preparing my clients. Like, yeah,
Right.
we need to wrap this up because we need to get you a plan for transportation because I ain't about to be here. So let's it changes how I handle you when I know that I'm out. Exactly. Like I might not have given
Right.
my 2 weeks, but I know I'm leaving. So I'm gonna prepare my caseload. I'm gonna prepare my people. That way, like but in the era of the pandemic, that level of courtesy, consideration, they what Party City just laid off everybody right before Christmas? No
That's
note.
crazy.
Yeah, and
They
somebody
didn't
else
get
is
they
getting
didn't
ready to
get
do it.
Big
Probably
Lots,
Big Lots.
Oh yeah,
Big
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 Lots
Lots.
Lots is
Party
doing that.
City, but there was somebody else that I seen that on TikTok.
Macy's
Yeah,
is about to downsize
Again.
yeah.
again.
Right. This is their second wave.
Yeah, man, they don't care.
Yeah.
They
I
don't
mean,
care. They don't
this
care
is
about you.
why this whole brick and mortar thing, I don't understand it for well, I understand why in a sense because they're making them do that stuff. Because oh, you need a building and they get tax breaks for being in the building. But when malls, which I saw a special where they have turned a mall, I think in Rhode Island, the
Into
top
apartment.
half of it to living,
Yeah.
like apartments. Like these malls and these buildings, everything's done online. Everything's like it's happening regardless of anything. So I don't know. I don't understand why these companies are still trying to force this hybrid situation and forcing people to come in a building when everything is going this way. So
Right.
that's my little 2 cents
Oh,
on that.
Oh
they told you
God.
had to go back into the building.
Oh no, we're never going back. Like
But
but they
I gotta go back.
They
we're
want
never
y'all
going
to
back.
though, but it's
You
not
gotta
gonna
go back,
happen.
Oh
Sadie.
no, actually
Oh,
Nah.
no.
Sadie.
The crazy thing is my the lady in which I loved her, our old president, they were when they're like, okay, it's time to go back, everything's good or whatever. And she literally sat there in front of all these, people, and she was like, so let me get this straight. Their performance went up, whatever. Our sales went up when they went home. We would have to pay for this whole social distancing, doing this. We have to pay for this. We have to pay for that, pay for that, pay for that, pay for that, pay for that. Why are they going back into a building? And they all looked at her and she was like, yeah, they're not going back into a building. So they're going to be home, work from home forever.
Yeah.
And that was it. And they were just like, okay, yeah, because it didn't make sense. You're going to spend all this money to put us back into a building where you don't have to pay for this, you don't have to pay for that. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, we're
They
legit
figured
just
it
home.
out though. I feel like between the beginning of work from home to now work from
Hmm.
home jobs, like now work from home jobs are like the remnant. Like if you can
Hmm.
get a work from home job now, or if you have one, you're like the remnant. Like they're trying to make it this hybrid model, whatever. But that's the part that no one talks about is like the dirty life of work from home is you're in my house disrespecting me. You are
Right.
here. There is no separation of work and home. I'm eating up my own electricity. I'm eating up my own food. There are no company pizza parties. Like every now and then they'll do the razzle dazzle and send you a DoorDash where you can order something. Like they'll do that for work from home.
Mm.
Oh, they do
But
that for
other
y'all?
I think,
Oh, that's
yeah, but
nice.
I think that might be. I think it could be the company, really the company, because my company is smaller. We like it's just we do stuff all the time, and with other companies now they do like for I'm not gonna say a name, but for one company I know they pay for the internet. They pay for whatever, or they
yes,
send hotspots and they say, hey, here's your hotspot. We pay
I've
for the internet for the hotspot or whatever. So some companies do actually do that, and some companies that I think what I encourage my team people to do because I'm like, you have cabin fever and you're in the house, whatever. And then people try to replace daycare for be working at
Right.
home, and that ain't gonna work because you still gotta work and do your
work.
job. So we always say that it's not a replacement for daycare. You still need to take, or you need to take them to school because this one girl was like, "Oh, I'm a homeschool." Your
How?
two kids, houseway. How you gonna homeschool
And
and
do
you gotta
your
work?
job.
Right.
It's the
No.
same. It is the same thing. I would like to say that to all of our
She was trying to.
spouses.
What she was
We
trying to do
work.
was get all them checks.
Say wait, Ma, say that. Say it again.
Yeah,
I know you
like
want to say.
for all
Say
of
it.
our spouses who think that or partners who think that we're at home
Chilling.
living this life. TikTok got
Oh,
y'all effed up.
tick.
Okay,
I am
Right.
working.
I am working. I
if
am working.
So
if
y'all
I
not.
could,
So y'all not. So let me just say this, y'all. Are y'all telling me that as working women with spouses, that is not a time that y'all walking around like Winnie the Pooh, just waiting to be played with?
clothing has nothing to do with it. Clothing and work from
You get
home
on
is a
my
whole
I'm asking the
nother.
nerves.
question.
We're not talking
I'm,
about sex. I'm talking about
What?
because I got a lunch break now and I like to be entertained. So that's a different story. But
Yeah.
Tavari's talking about different things. I'm talking about being your personal secretary. I'm talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner you feel like should be made because I'm home. And in my house, my working place is right nearby the kitchen. So he just feels like, oh, you downstairs at the table, and he comes downstairs, I'm hungry. Okay. So what would you do if I wasn't here? If I was in the office today, what would you do?
Right.
Make a sandwich, eat leftovers. But because I'm here, I should be
Mhm.
cracking and scrambling eggs and fried potatoes. It don't
or
work. It
just
don't work like that.
or just attention.
I,
You want
let me just say, me personally, I can't speak for everybody out there. Me personally, I don't need all that. I can make a sandwich. Um, yeah, I can't speak for everybody else. I can make a sandwich.
And
Yeah.
what your thing is, oh, I mean, okay, that happens, but like what Vi is saying is like I'm literally, sitting here in a meeting or whatever like that. Or hey, can you call? Hey, make sure can you call? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, what just how you texted me to do whatever, you can still call
have
or
you seen
text
my
whoever needs to
keys?
text.
where did you put them last? Okay, because
Oh,
keys do
oh,
not grow
hold
legs and
on.
walk. I'm just saying.
Listen, this PlayStation ain't got nothing to do with y'all working. That
No,
goes
yes, it
both ways.
does because
No,
Y'all are
um,
I,
y'all are sit there, y'all are sit there just like this. Man, you see my cell phone? What's in your hand?
not
Oh,
but
what I'm saying is like because we can multitask. Do you
yeah, that's the
think
real
it
thing.
is
By multitasking.
applicable to everything? And it'd be like, yo, bro,
I just want to
See,
let y'all.
Would
I
I
just want.
you?
can't
It's not
Would
multitask.
because
you?
y'all
So
can. It's
I
not
was
because
gonna
y'all can
ask that.
multitask.
No.
It's not because y'all can multitask. It's because a lot of men are wife dependent. All right,
they are.
So
I
you're
can't
saying that
a lot of
multitask.
it
men are
can?
wife dependent.
Thank you, Jay Will, for
Thank
being
you for
honest.
saying that.
Women can.
Yeah.
Women
Thank you
can.
for saying that, Dennis.
Yeah. But
If I
are
if
you
I'm
saying that you can multitask, Dennis?
Huh?
Can you multitask?
nah,
Yeah, I can multitask. I can do a lot of things at once. You seen me at
nah.
work? From you talking about? Yeah, I can multitask. What's wrong with you? Yeah, I can
No.
multitask. Yeah, I gotta get the doctor down. I'm all right. I can't do what
If
I
I'm
can't do
drinking
is I
this
can't do
beer, you
dumb
ain't gonna
shit.
get me to do a whole bunch of other shit.
I can't do dumb
I gotta
shit.
focus on this.
And after a certain time, I'm no good at nothing. I ain't gonna lie. After a certain time, I'm no good at nothing. I realize that about myself. I can play PlayStation with the guys, and around a certain time, I can kick their ass. And after a certain time, they got me. It's past that time, they got
So
me. I ain't got no more in them.
historically, y'all, it's a one-track mind thing. But uh, we can't afford not to multitask. We can't afford not to multitask.
I mean,
Just
that's the heart of a
you know.
woman, though.
Is
Yeah,
it?
we can't afford. Ooh, oh, increased it.
It
We can't afford,
No.
but we can't afford not to.
I would
No,
like to be one track minded
is
like
it?
a good portion of my day. I
But you
just feel
know,
like I could be so much better at
How do y'all
things
think that we
if
just
I could
one
just
track
give it
minded?
laser focus.
Y'all don't think we
we
multitask?
we are
No,
we
it's
I
not
don't
your.
think
It's
it's
not your
one track
we are.
default.
no,
minded.
It's
I
not your
think it's
no,
a
default.
don't.
level of delusion and
I think you
expect
give me tasks to accomplish for you.
Mhm.
Hmm.
you
While
guys are
you focus on this, you give me the other 5 or 6 to do on top of the 8 I'm already doing.
you're very good
Yeah.
at delegation. I will say that when it comes to delegating a task, so you guys are
Yes.
really good at delegating tasks. So it is
Hmm.
that it's I expect this and I don't have to do it all because I'm going to get you to do that part of it. Listen, any woman in a relationship has applied for a job for their mate. Period.
Mhm.
You have. We
Ain't
have.
not
Mhm.
a woman I've been with apply for a job for me.
You ain't
Did
been
you
Me
with
Not a
either.
ask?
near
none,
nada.
Dennis.
Did you
Dennis,
ask?
look.
Not a near
Let,
nada.
let
Did
Dennis,
you
me tell
ask?
you
Not a
guys.
I've
near nada.
Let me
I
only
tell
know,
had
you.
two
and
jobs
here's
my
the
entire
thing:
life.
the women that I've been in relationships with in their previous relationships have applied for jobs for other niggas. Okay,
Did you?
this is a little
Did
personal.
you
This is a
ask?
little
Did you
personal. Let me just
ask?
get that out of the way. It's a little personal. But for me, no. And
I'm
they
not.
have had positions
Never.
open
All
in
right.
situations where they could just make a phone
Let me.
call
What's his
and
name?
give me that job. But
Sir.
for me,
Sir.
no.
Sir.
It's a little
Sir.
personal. This
Sir.
ain't even got nothing to
Oh,
do
so
with
you
women
you
I
feel
Sir.
dated.
Did you
This
neglected.
ask?
ain't even hold wait. Let me just let you know. This ain't even got to do with women I dated. This is some family members too. Let me get that
Oh.
part out the way, all right?
Okay.
Some family members too, all right? Let me part out the way. This is a little, like I said, this is a little personal. All right, I'm gonna let you know. This is a little personal.
Hit a nerve.
Now, Dennis Holmes has filled out all Dennis Holmes applications. I just want to let you know that, all right?
So
All
I'm
of
gonna
them.
ask again because I don't know if you answered. Did he answer?
No.
Did you
I've had
ask?
three jobs my entire life, so there ain't no woman ever
No, I didn't
filled
ask.
out nothing for me.
I want to tell you guys, okay,
I
maybe
didn't
it's a
ask.
So
great
what?
thing. You've never experienced it. You've never needed to. But if you needed to and you didn't, I want to tell you, you just wasn't loved enough because
No,
I
he
probably
didn't
wasn't.
ask either.
I didn't ask, but okay.
You like
I wasn't
closed mouths
there,
don't
but from
get
the stories
fed.
I heard, they didn't actually.
It don't matter. It
I
don't
know because you know
matter
why? You know
because if
why?
you really
Because they were treated better than me. That's why. So all Dennis Holmes applications have been filled out by Dennis Maurice Holmes. Nobody else.
so
I would say
There's
it
no
is.
AI. There's no AI
Oh,
help.
I never
There's
knew
none of
your
that.
middle name.
I would say
It's Maurice.
it's
it's
I
Maurice.
like
commitment.
I
I'm
like
that.
it.
gonna let you know.
It's
Listen.
commitment too,
I like
because
that. You look like a Maurice.
he does.
Yeah. I'm gonna start
Hmm.
calling you
Sadie,
Mo. I'm gonna start calling
I'm
you
so
You
Mo.
do. You look like a
I'm so tired of people
Maurice.
saying that too. Like you really look like
Oh,
a Maurice. I don't look like a
Yes,
Maurice.
you do. Dennis Maurice Holmes.
No,
no,
I
get
don't.
it right. Say this Dennis Maurice Puka Holmes. There you go.
Sambuca.
Puka.
That ain't
And
even
at
what she
least
used to call me. She used to call me
I can't do the whole
Dennis
thing.
Aloysius.
Oh
She
yeah,
called
I
me
need to call
Aloysius.
Aloysius. That's his middle name. Aloysius Holmes. Okay.
Ain't
that's a
nobody
term of
filled out. Ain't
endearment.
nobody filled out nothing for me. Let's get that out the way. All right, I
Oh,
just
I'm
want to make sure we
sorry,
get
No,
that out the
you
way.
Dennis.
paid. Yeah,
I'll tell
Yeah.
you
you
I
didn't.
something.
wasn't. I
I'll tell
wasn't.
you
Yeah.
And like
something.
I said, this ain't even got to do with the women I dated. These are family members too. All right. I
Yeah.
want to get in deep with this, but my great aunt might kick my ass. But I really want to get in deep with this. All right. I really do. All right. Just want to let you. I really want to get in deep with this. You know what? Fuck it. We on the show. I'm gonna say it any goddamn way. You know what? Fuck it. My great aunt worked at McDonald's. You know, when you younger, you was trying to get a job and everything. She got the
Right?
whole fucking block the job at McDonald's. I don't want y'all to just think about just like the whole fucking block the job at McDonald's.
Mm.
Everybody but me. I'm gonna let y'all know that. I'm her great nephew. Everybody but me. Niggas ain't even related to her got the job, but not me. I'm gonna let y'all know
Did
that.
What
you
All
she
right?
ask
say?
her
What she
why?
say when you brought it up?
Man, she still ain't giving me a good answer yet. I just want to let y'all know. I done got different conflicted
What was it? What
scheduled
was,
answers all
give
the
us
time.
one of the answers that she gave you.
One of the answers she gave me, one of her joking answers, that she said I was going to eat the stock up. That was one of her joking answers.
That was fucked up.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
she
telling
Call
you
deserved to
what
be
she
call
said,
slapped
call
for
a
bro.
that.
spade a spade. But
I'm telling y'all what she said. I'm recording this and I'm posting. I'm sending it to her too. Now I think
see,
about it. I'm sending it right there.
that was a fucked up answer.
Yes, it
I would
Just
was.
letting you know. The
I would
whole when I
say
say the whole block, the whole fuck motherfuckers weren't even going to
Mm.
school. I'm gonna let you know that. All right, these motherfuckers weren't even going to school. I went to school every day. Whole goddamn block.
Mm.
I,
So
I
she
believe
like
that she slapped
does she
too.
like your parents?
She like my
And the
dad.
reason why I'm
I
asking
think she like
that
my
is
mom.
because
Yeah, yeah,
oh
she
no,
do.
No, no,
listen, listen,
she
Yeah.
like my
because
dad. She
things
got my.
transfer.
Wait a minute, time out. She got my sister the job. Let me get that part out of the way too. Got my sister the job.
Oh,
Oh, she ain't
oh.
just like you.
Hmm.
You don't,
For every
or you
person.
weren't one of her. Like I don't. It's something. It's something. It's something. Because Sadie's got something going on there. Because like, who? Yeah, if she like your dad, then I could see that.
whose
Who do you
sibling
look
was
like?
she?
Hmm.
Whose
My
sibling
dad.
was she?
That's my dad's aunt.
Right. Who do you look like? Your mom or your
And,
dad?
and who did she
I
hire
like
more
my mom.
so his side of the family?
Okay.
Yeah,
Telling
she
you,
is
Yeah.
on his side of the family.
Yeah.
that shit trickles
That's his aunt.
down, man.
And then you for sure, you're not a person who kind of like you're not a, oh, all right, I'm just gonna do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you are an
Right.
outspoken person, you're whatever. So even if you did, I don't know, maybe those people kissed their ass or something like that, or they were like, oh, I'm so happy you got me, or she got something in
Yeah, I ain't
return. You
kissing
don't
no ass.
know because whatever. But you ain't doing none of
Yeah,
that stuff. So she probably wouldn't feel like, well, I'm not gonna get nothing out of the deal. So I ain't get him
Mm-mm.
nothing. So it could be a lot of stuff.
Me too. I ain't kissing no
wheel of
ass. She's right
power,
about that.
wheel of
Yeah.
power.
Willpower.
I gotta say this, man. My mom, she told me some shit. Man, I probably was brought in the 10th grade. And it fucked my head up. And my mother was telling me, she was like, um, she would get off work, pick me up from daycare, take my brother up, take us home, start preparing dinner, grab a load of laundry, put me in one arm, another load of laundry, go down to the laundry room, start the laundry, come up, make sure my brother's doing homework, start dinner, put me in a high chair, entertaining me on my brother's ass about finishing his homework, cooking dinner, put me to bed, you know what I'm saying, get my brother situated so he can go to bed. By that time, my dad's coming home. She was like, and I still got to be a wife to my husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she didn't work all day and she did all this, you know, all this shit. But from the time she got off work, she did all that. And then she was like, and then it was kind of funny. I laughed about it. She was like, like I still got to entertain your father when he comes home. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can take that for whatever it is, but I learned in very early the how amazing women are. Um, and I never like I don't take that shit for granted. Like I'm not one of them dudes that, oh man, women don't do nothing. Like y'all do everything for everybody. And you know what I'm saying? Like if it wasn't for the woman, this world would not go around. Trust me. And this was
I
every day.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I nothing. I got nothing but love and respect for women, especially, and it's no disrespect to any other, but especially the black woman though, because it's so it's tough. You know what I mean? It's really tough for the black woman. Um, but you guys hold it down and put it together, and I'll never take that shit for granted ever, ever. I salute black women, and I salute my mama. So.
Oh.
Shout out to your
Yeah.
mama.
Yeah, shout
Yeah,
out
we
to
Yeah.
listen.
you.
We
Big
appreciate
heart.
that.
Big
Big,
heart. The
yeah.
appreciate.
Yeah.
It
No,
it
I'm not
it
on the
feels
iPhone. I
good.
can't do that.
Sure. It
I
I
feels
don't
know.
think he can
When you're on
good.
use
the,
his
when
I
you're on the
I got the
iPhone,
Jamel.
the hearts come up. Yeah, the hearts come up. Like, I'm not on
Right.
the iPhone.
I would
That's
just
not,
throw up the West
FaceTime.
Side, man. I can't put the heart. I just throw the West.
No,
right.
I mean
Can't
that's
do the joint.
it's I'm gonna say this and it's really good to hear. There's a sense of I feel seen,
hmm
Oh yeah, no.
when men say that. Like it's appreciative when I'm like, oh thanks, whatever. When someone says it,
Mhm.
it's like a thank you. Like so I would
Mhm.
really, really, really appreciate you saying that. That's really, really because
No,
a lot don't. A
no.
lot don't. A
And
lot
my
don't see that.
dad,
I
Yeah.
figure
my
y'all
dad,
y'all do a
my
lot though.
dad, my dad made a lot of money. Right, he made a lot of money on his job, and my dad used to shoot at my mom. Ah, I don't even know why you get your ass up and go to that job. Like that, oh, you don't need that. I'll take care of this. I take care of everything. He would always kind of put her down. And then he ended up falling on the ship that he was on. He ended up falling and breaking both of his legs. And
Oof.
that little pissy Annie job that he used to tell my mom, I don't know why you got that job. That job took care of the whole fucking house and
Mm,
took care of shit. And it was very humbling for him, whether he ever wanted to admit it or not. But him laid up with two broken legs, and my mother still going to work and coming home and taking care of his ass and paying the mortgage and paying all the bills. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and she even told him once, she's like, "Yeah, you always told me my job wasn't shit, but this job has held it down for the last 2.5 years. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, black women, y'all make it go. And it's unmatched. Y'all make it go.
mm.
So,
I agree.
I'm gonna steal that, J Well.
Yeah, I like that. Y'all make it go.
you
Y'all
make
make
it
it
go.
go.
Make it,
Y'all make it.
y'all make
I'm
it
telling you,
go.
if it wasn't for
I like
y'all,
Y'all heard it
we
here
wouldn't.
first.
y'all heard it here.
Hashtag.
Y'all make it go. I
Man,
like
Hashtag
that.
black women make it go.
Go. I love that.
man.
I love that.
Hmm.
That's good.
Well,
So,
Appreciate y'all.
I ain't really got no problem with that. I have to agree to all of that. I love black women. I
yeah.
have a great time with black women. So I like that.
And again, that's
Now,
no disrespect to white women or no nothing like that, or
We not
Asian
I
women,
don't know
No.
nothing
Mexican
about.
women,
Oh
I
but
yeah,
don't know,
yeah.
no.
sir.
we not going there because
Sir,
you don't
sir,
have to feel like you got to insert something
learn
to
about.
compensate for giving a compliment to someone else. Because
Yeah,
it's
no, they
No,
alright.
right, right,
when
No.
you tell
They
somebody
alright.
right.
that they're beautiful,
They
you don't turn
alright,
around and
They
tell
yeah.
the
alright. They
other person
alright.
you
They
alright
fine.
too. Like you don't got to
They
do that.
fine.
You,
They alright. They fine.
Yeah.
They good.
Ain't about them.
mm,
At least you cold blooded at least.
They are.
Now, hey, meanwhile, back at the lab, right? Because we were supposed to be doing, you listening, you don't judge, but we just started judging. and everybody found out what they were supposed to say. Like anybody else got anything more to say about what you listen, you don't judge on?
Oh, damn, I
And
had one.
I already said all
Sadie,
the
you're supposed to
things.
write
I
it
think.
down, Sadie.
I should have wrote it down. I
Mm-mm-mm.
don't
You
remember
know
what
you
it
was eating them
Okay.
special
was.
cookies.
You said what?
What'd you say?
You know you was eating them special cookies. You should have wrote it down.
I was eating. Somebody gave me caramel chews, and the first one wasn't strong enough, so I ate one and a half.
Mm, mm,
And
mm,
you know,
Listen,
if
and
mm-mm-mm.
y'all
that's
couldn't
exactly how
tell,
you
Big
I've
supposed to
been
do
facts.
munching.
when
I'm in the
when
back
they,
going on mute, so y'all don't hear me chomping.
I
I'm
cannot.
over.
I
that's how
cannot
you
fool
that's
with
how you be though.
edibles. I
They be
cannot.
trying to warn you. They be like, listen, you only need one. They give me the motherfucking juice. I only need one.
Yeah, I be thinking I'm
Nah.
Young as I
tough.
am, you think this? You
Also,
think this the
it's
first time I ever had
You know
this?
what?
I eat this whole box of
I've
these motherfuckers.
I've
Yeah.
lost three
You know
I
what the
was
days.
sitting
problem
at
with
the house
edibles?
stuck.
Thank you.
wait,
Thank
what,
you.
Mom?
Tavai, hold on, Tavai. What did you just say?
I
Tavai, what
have
did you just say?
lost
What
3
did you just say?
days. three
That's what I'm talking.
days.
Listen, and the problem with the edibles
Underestimating
is
that. You
the problem is that you can't control it.
you
And
That's
cannot.
real.
No,
so like
You can't.
I'm gonna tell y'all a story, man. This is fucking wild. I took
here
so
we
this
go.
like I don't smoke weed or nothing like that, right? So my boy gave me these homemade lemon bars that his grandmother made, right? And he told me, he said, man, just take a piece off. He said, don't eat half of it. He said, just take a piece. So, okay, so I take a piece or whatever, and it tasted good. I was like, okay, I can kind of taste the THC, but I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm sitting, I'm like, okay, hour goes by, 2 hours goes by. I'm like, all right, well, shit. Now I'm doing shots. Now I'm drinking tequila. Now I'm drinking beer. Fellas come over. I'm like, okay, like I'm good. Now 6 hours damn near have gone by. My boys leave. I sit down in my recliner and I start watching The Kings of Comedy. It came on Showtime or HBO. And I'm sitting there, and that's when it all came. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, and I swear to God, it felt like Bernie Mac had just walked out of my TV and he was in my living room just doing the whole skit. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm high. Like now I'm high. Like 6, 7 hours later, and he had this aura around him, like Rick James. Like it was like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, this is creepy. Right? I'm like sitting there. So now I'm like, shit, I gotta pee, but I couldn't even get up. Like I'm still trying to get up, and I'm like, my arms felt like
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
damn, I can't get up. So I ended up passing out. I think I fell. I think I rolled over on the floor. I was trying to get up. I woke up the next morning. The only reason why I woke up because I fucking pissed on myself and I was cold. And so when I woke up the next morning, I was like, damn, I'm cold. I woke up. I was like, shit, I'm wet. What the? God damn. Like that's the first time. First time. Second time. Second time I take one. I'm in California. I'm in California. I go to California. My boy gives me one. Take this. I'm like, cool. So now we drinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right. I go to bed. I'm like, you know what, man? I'm on the East Coast time. I'm gonna go to bed. I get up at like 2 in the morning to go to the bathroom, and I swear to God, I felt like I was R2D2. I couldn't even feel my leg. It felt like I just like, and I'm walking. I'm like, damn. So I go to the bathroom. I pee. And I go back and like, shit. I felt like a robot. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even feel my legs moving. I don't even feel like I'm walking. I just feel like, I said, you know what? I'm done with this shit. And like Tavai just said, I was high for 3 days. Like it was alcohol, you can drink water, you can come down, you know what I'm saying, you can get in
Yeah.
the shower. But with
Eat.
with them edibles, you can eat something with them edibles, you gotta ride the wave.
You
Yes, you
gotta
do.
You gotta
ride it
ride.
out.
Yes, you
Nah, I'm
do.
cool.
I
Nah.
had we stumbled upon at a tattoo convention. they had out here,
Stumble.
and they had
Stumble. Look at she is doing her words, ain't she? We stumbled upon.
we
You knew when that
stumbled
shit was coming.
upon
We
some
stumbled
good.
upon.
It's some good story. But they had Cali. They had edibles from Cali, and so I took the smallest piece, and I was the same way, Jay. Well, I relate because it was like we were watching Power, and that 3D gun came out of the screen, and I was like, it's right here. And I went up to go to the bathroom, and I just encountered the wall. It was like bloop.
It's freaky. It maybe because I've never smoked. I don't.
I
You know what I'm
don't
saying? I
either.
don't. So I'm like, but yeah, nah, I'm good. I
Three
got some gummies down here right
three
now.
days like gone. And I just
I got
woke
some
up and
gummies
just
right here. I'm
requested.
scared of these motherfuckers.
Listen, I just requested
Now,
peanut
now,
butter and
now
jelly
come over.
sandwiches
I'll eat them. So.
because
Your shoulder won't hurt.
it won't.
Right,
Right. At
right.
least
Listen,
a.
I'm trying. Listen, I hear what y'all saying,
It is a good
but
some
that
sleep. It's a good.
goddamn that goddamn edible sleep is the best
I
sleep
didn't
top
say
ever.
tier.
It
that was some
is.
good
It
sleep.
is.
It's elite. It's elite. It is. It's top
That's
tier.
the
When
best
you
sleep
eat
ever.
too, like you could taste all of the flavors.
I
Like when
make
I
some of the
eat food,
best
I could
food.
taste all of the seasoning. Like I can deduct
It's the
whether
Lowry's
you put thyme, paprika, coriander, like I
Creole
can,
seasoning.
oh,
I have
mm,
created some of the best recipes of my life. Why?
yes, honey.
I
And
was
these
like,
are 500 milligrams. Is that a lot?
it is in one.
Okay.
It is. Yes. You're going to sleep.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
decent size. That's a decent amount.
Night, night,
no,
nigga.
night. Like, yes. I
Yeah.
was like, have you ever heard of smoked oxtail? Like, these are the dreams and visions that come to mind
I
when
do
I
have the
think
best
of the
ideas.
bet. And I do I called them and I'm like, listen, write it down. I will not remember.
Yo, Tavai prefaces the
Wait, what?
conversation was like, when Tavai call you, she'll be like, I might be high, but I swear this is the best idea I've ever heard. And
Write
then she
this
tells
down.
me the idea. It's the best idea she ever heard. She had the idea.
No, but wait, wasn't that the situation when we went to Cancun this year
We
and
wrote
it,
a
Oh, we wrote a whole movie
whole
script,
a
y'all.
whole movies, two of them. Two of
Yeah,
yeah, it
them.
we
was a good
did.
one.
We got two movie scripts.
Two of
We
Yeah,
gotta
them.
get to work on that, ladies.
yeah, I
Cause
remember.
I brought some chocolate into Mexico.
Mm.
We listen and we don't
We don't
And
judge.
a
judge.
time was had. Okay. We learned that
Whew.
they have great cheesecake in Cancun.
That
And
was
Mm-hmm.
some good cheesecake.
yes,
Oh my
very good,
god.
very good. Top tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
But
tarts. It was the tarts.
tarts, those tarts.
Tarts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Very much so.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
mad
Nah,
that y'all went to
at least
Chicago.
you
I'm
became a
just
edibles.
gonna say.
superhero.
I did
Yes.
Fuck
become a
I'm
them
just gonna
super.
say
edibles.
this right
Yeah,
here.
I'm,
I'm just gonna say this right. I'm just mad y'all went to Chicago without me. That's all I'm mad about. All right.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm
I
You
didn't
mad
get
y'all
glad
to
we
went to
went to
Chicago without me.
Chicago without you.
Yeah,
I
mad
didn't
about
get
that.
to go to Chicago either, but I want to go. Anytime
I
between
want.
No,
I
May and
never been to
April.
Chicago, and I want to go.
listen.
Oh, we can
That
definitely
was
go. We're going
yeah.
back, Dennis.
This is not. This ain't the winter. This ain't the time. Like you gotta wait till it get hot
Yeah.
because we had a nice. What was it? We call it an Indian. Like it was a nice,
Indian summer.
not as
It's like
cold.
October, beginning of
Yeah, it was a
October.
nice little gap, whatever. But
They have
I'll
a
never
bunch
forget
of
Chicago.
yeah, they have a bunch of dope festivals in the summer, so we could definitely go.
Yeah,
I want to go during St. Patty's Day when they turn the river green
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
drink
nice.
and
I heard
That
drink.
they
sounds.
have
That sounds like
beautiful
a lot of
beaches
fun.
out there too, though. Everybody forgets
they
that
haven't.
Chicago sits on the lake, so I heard that they have really
I
nice
went to
beaches
one
out
beach.
there.
I went to
So,
one
Yeah,
Nah, I
beach.
never been
Elise
to
went.
no
I didn't get a
beaches.
chance to go.
Yeah,
I'll be right
it
back,
was
y'all.
nice.
mhm.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nice. It was nice.
Dennis is
I
like,
ain't
why
going to
would
no
you go to
beach.
Chicago for the beach?
Not
Yeah, I ain't going to
not
no
for
beach
the
after
beach, but
that.
I didn't even know that was a thing, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
show you," and I'm like, "It's a freaking beach right
Mhm.
here!
Elise said they was
Wow!"
getting it out there though.
Oh, they were. Oh, it was like, and this was
Listen.
they said this is the Black Beach, so it was nice. They had barbecue. People were barbecuing. There was music out there. It was like it reminded me of summers, like just back home, and it was just so nice. Like it was just so nice. It was really really nice. Felt like a block party, like
Yeah,
in a parking lot. It was so nice. And he was selling stuff and whatever. It was so nice. And it was just live. And you're like, oh man, it the weather wasn't bad. Even though we were close to the water, like it's gonna be super cold. It wasn't. It was nice until I think what the last day ish or whatever, and it got a little snippy. But other than that, oh my god, it's just
I'm gonna tell y'all.
a beautiful
I'm gonna
city.
tell y'all like this, and I really love y'all. Certain things I ain't doing. I'm not getting in that, and I'm not getting in that
No
chocolate
one
milk
got no
water
water.
in New Orleans. I'm not getting that chocolate milk water in New Orleans. That shit look like chocolate milk. I am not doing
Nobody got no water.
it. I am
Nobody
not
got
doing it. I'm
we.
sorry.
I haven't been to New
I
Orleans,
have to
so
clarify that though, because when it comes to us and beaches, we be like, I don't go for the water. I go
no,
for
they
the
go for the
sun.
sun. We go
I
for the
go for the
sun.
sun. Like I
Yeah.
am a house plant in my past life. So
Yeah.
Sport.
Yeah.
I crave the sun. So I go to sunbathe. The water, if it touches my ankles, that is far enough. Okay. If
I
it ain't blue and I can't see through it,
if I
I
can't
don't
see my
want
feet
nothing
in
to
the water,
yeah. I don't want
and
nothing
I
to
think
do with it.
the only one in the United States that might have it like that is Miami.
Yeah. Other
Other
than
than
No,
that,
that,
there's a lot of other places more than Miami that got it like
we
that.
have golf. The Gulf Shore has
Uh,
nice beaches.
okay.
San Juan, Puerto Rico, you can see your feet in there.
Yeah, I
Turks
don't
and
count
Caicos, you
that.
We
can see
had a
your feet in there
time,
too.
I don't count that.
but we had a
Oh,
time there
shit.
too. But
We had a
I'm
time
just
in
saying,
Puerto Rico.
we are
I
a
didn't have a I didn't have a good time in Turks and Caicos personally. Huh?
I didn't go.
Maybe I need to
I said
redo.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. We had a
San
We
time.
Juan,
was in
I
Puerto Rico.
love. I
We're
swear to
going to
God,
Turks
I
and
love
Caicos
San
in
Juan.
February.
We are going
Yeah,
to Turks and
we
Caicos.
are.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but San Juan, Puerto Rico, I
Oh,
love San
yeah,
Juan. I got to go back to San Juan.
I'm
We
gonna
had
send
a
you the link, Dennis. I'm gonna
we
send
right.
you the
had a
link.
great time.
Well, send me not to the one in February. February I'm be busy. Send me the link to something else.
All right,
So what?
something
Send me the link
else.
to
What's
something
for
else.
me?
I want to
Oh,
go.
Dennis, you want my link? You
I'm
gonna come to
well. Hold up.
you ready to take a
It
24
depends on
hour
what it
flight
is. Come on.
for my
Whoa.
birthday?
What?
You gonna take a
How long is
24
the
hour
flight?
flight for my birthday? 24
No, I'm
24
cool.
hours.
You can stay there.
You sure?
Jay Will, how far are you
It's,
from
it's
OCC?
24 hours. You got it. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't know about y'all. 24 hours. I gotta go to the bathroom. All right, and I gotta
You
take the
can go to
Browns
the
to the Super Bowl in 24 hours.
How far am I from where?
No. What you
I'm just
do
letting
in
you. I
those?
gotta take the Browns.
Listen.
I gotta take the Browns to the Super Bowl in 24 hours. I'm not sitting on no plane for 24 hours. I got
What
to
you
walk
do?
around.
Listen. I'm telling
My
you.
legs
It's
will
a
swell up.
layover. It's a
You
layover.
take something. Ain't nobody sitting on a 24-hour flight sober.
Yeah.
You
Nah.
have taken something.
So, Miss, now
It's
you
not a
telling me to
full
drink.
24 hour. It is
You know
a
what
it's
happens when you drink,
layover.
right?
It's a
You
I
gotta
ain't say
layover.
pee.
that.
Yeah, it's a layover.
It's a couple Benadryl. You ain't got to drink
How long
nothing,
is the
my boy.
layover?
Wait, where y'all going?
8 or 10 hours.
Where y'all going?
So you telling me it's a 14-hour flight?
19.
Yeah.
Where?
Where you
Bali.
We
going? Nah, no. Jay Will tried to talk me into that Bali. No, no, no.
No, I
Stop.
ain't trying to talk you
No,
into nothing.
listen.
no.
I've done Thailand. My first
Yeah.
leg was 19 hours. First leg
Yeah.
19 hours, and they do a phenomenal
I'm
job of of changing your mind while you're on the plane. They make you pull down the
they
shades.
feed you.
They feed you different things to like, so you're getting dinner when it normally would be breakfast. Like they do a lot to warp your. It's like going into the casino. Like,
Hmm.
there's no windows in the casino. If there's no clocks in
No
the
window.
casino, so
That's
you
it.
No
have
clock.
no sense of time. And it's the same thing that they
Okay.
do on those long flights. They manipulate
Yeah.
you so you have no sense of time. And all I'm
Right.
saying is if you take something to go to sleep, it's only going to aid in that.
Listen.
And you do have layovers. We laid over in Qatar, but you did 19 hours in the air.
Here.
Those
Yeah.
planes are bigger than regular flights, so you can get up and move.
Right.
And I did
Wow.
not have anything special. Okay, regular row. I just was fortunate that there was nobody else in my row, so I got to
Mhm.
stretch out.
Yeah.
But they do a lot to accommodate you. Free,
Yeah.
like what you pay for in a regular domestic flight, excuse me, is free in the international. So you get the
Hmm.
cable, you get the streaming, you get the internet. Because the name of the game is to keep you unfocused and
Yep.
delusional.
Yep.
Lisa J, can
Yep.
you send us dates?
Yep.
Please,
I'm gonna send it to y'all right now.
please,
Literally,
'Cause I want to book airfare sooner than later.
please.
what was that? Yeah, when I went to Greece, it was like that. It was like 18. That was a long flight, but I didn't even really. I said, "Oh wow!" And I slept a lot, but I was able to get
Mm-hmm.
up. People just walking around stretching or whatever. But they
Mm-hmm.
fed breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even a dessert snack or whatever.
Yep.
Like they keep feeding you. They will feed you. They
Very
will
much
feed.
so. I
And
And then
flew.
you gotta
Go
go to
ahead. I'm
bed.
sorry.
Dennis, did you ever tell the Sweet Love Girls about the DR?
The
oh
Dominican
God,
Republic. We
Yeah.
had a ball.
oh
At
God.
Jesus. Oh, we might have to get them on this. We might have to get them on the DR
Mm-hmm.
the Dominican Republic.
since y'all like to go.
Oh,
We
we
love to
catch
And
flights
travel.
now.
I think I told Elise about it because I came back. I was excited that we had housekeepers and the chef, and we got fed 3 meals a day every day. I said, ain't nobody feeding 3 meals a day every day. So then Elise gonna say, I cook 3 meals a day every day. I said, you do? She was like, yeah. I was like, damn.
I do. I
There's so many
do.
motherfuckers doing that. Like, damn.
I
I
don't think
do.
I ever had 3 meals a day since I was a little boy.
It
I was
is
with,
the it is
My,
day.
my
right.
mom,
All
my
three.
mom might
Ain't
have cooked three
nobody
meals.
cooking lunch. Nobody cooking lunch. Like, no.
Right.
It is day dependent. It really depends on the day, what we're doing. It is day dependent because if I'm, as they say online, if I'm gardening and I got the munchies, we will eat all day. I will prepare biscuits.
Ooh, sorry.
I will make a meal.
What was that? What the fuck was that?
It was Sadie's, it was Sadie's giving me
Yo, where did you see
validation.
this? What the fuck was that?
It was validation. But it all depends on the day. You could get 3 meals and a snack. Like
Right.
you can get dinner, a snack, and dessert depending on what I want. All
Yeah.
depends on the possibility. And if you, like we said earlier, if you're an ingredients household, all it takes is time to make something.
Yep.
So I have chocolate chips and stuff like that at the house. If I want to make cookies, I just gotta
Yep.
take the butter out. Like
Yep. Take the butter out or take the eggs out.
take the eggs out.
Yep.
It's yeah. We ain't gotta get Toll
Minimum.
House. We have it
Yep.
here.
Yeah. Don't
Mm-mm-mm.
make that, John.
So
Or let
hard
it
to lose
unthaw.
weight, though.
Can get the freezer.
All right, man.
We got
So
we
hard
got
to lose
Chipotle at
We
home.
going we going back to the
See,
Dominican Republic. I wanted to put that out there. We're going
I,
back to the
I
Dominican Republic.
that's I have
yeah.
not been to DR yet, but I do
Neither
want
have
to go
I.
to
I've never
DR.
wanted to go.
I felt as there was some stuff I really didn't explore. This time I'm gonna make sure I get me a separate phone just for DR, so I can make sure I explore everything. Um, I just
I
I
want
already
don't know what
found two
that means.
clubs, Dennis. I already found two clubs.
I just want to let y'all know
I'm,
those sweet lovely. If I don't come back,
Y'all went to
all right,
Sasua?
no, we ain't go there yet. But
no.
if I don't come back this next time, all right, if I don't come back, just know I'm having the time of my motherfucking life. All right, just want to let
Uh-huh.
y'all
You gonna come
know.
Uh-huh.
back
Just want to
because
let
your
y'all-
daughter's here, so hush.
I can send her postcards. You know what?
What?
She's 17. She'll
Whatever.
be
Shut up,
17 at that
boy.
time.
What?
She'll
What?
be
What? I have a
17. I can send her
question.
postcards.
What is it? What is it? What? Again, I'm gonna leave it there because I could go so many
No,
different.
you can say it. Say this is a safe space. We listen and we don't judge. Say what you got to
I
say.
no, because it would be judgmental towards you. Like, what level
No,
of
it's not. Say
debauchery?
it.
It's
What
Dennis. No,
level
it's
of
not.
debauchery are you getting into down there that you cannot get into here? Because
Oh, it's a
that's
lie.
like, see what I'm
It's a
saying?
lie.
So
First of all, that it's $1 American dollar is I think it's $21. to them. So
33.
yeah, you
33.
33. So you can get into so
Why
$33
was this never on
DR.
your list?
Yeah,
Could
you
you
can
imagine
you can
now?
do all
Now
that.
that now y'all hear the stories. I'm not
Okay.
saying y'all. All right, y'all hear the stories. I'm not saying y'all. But $40 down there really get you something nice. That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, 90-Day
Oh, so you was
Fiance, where the
so
ball only
I
came
I
over with $40.
Hey,
For
listen,
$40 down there, I can
40.
really get
Hey,
something.
you going through the stratosphere, brother. You going through the stratosphere.
I know because
Wait a
I
minute,
just
hold
did
up.
the math
Let
in my
me let me
head.
tell y'all.
I know I'm
Let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all
That's like $1,200.
me and Jay Will was sitting there, right? We was like, yo, we're gonna go to the strip club.
yeah.
So Jay Will like, yeah, I'm gonna throw out $100 as soon as we get there. I said, hold up, man.
Ugh.
Price of coochie ain't but fucking $3 over here. Here you go throwing out a
Nah,
fucking $100.
but we
Now the
but we
fuck
live in, I'm
now
I'm about
you
to
done
live like a
raised the
king
price of
though.
pussy in
No,
fucking
I'm living
Dominican
like a
Republic.
king now. I'm about to I'm gonna be Jay-Z over in that motherfucker.
Yeah, okay. I get
Yeah.
it. I get it.
I throw $200 out there. It's on for hey,
No,
we about to
No.
I
you
mean,
know,
literally, you
now he
probably just
done
only had to throw 20 or 30.
yeah. Yeah, you might just throw 60, but like I said, I'm gonna be 50 Cent in that motherfucker. I'm going hard in the paint.
Wow. Okay.
But the exchange over here would just be a well planned out date. I'm just throwing that out there because a well planned out date
Dennis
within your
ain't trying to
budget
date.
that you can
I've been you know,
control.
I've been exploring. I wouldn't know if you call that day. I've been exploring.
New
I've been
segment on the
places.
Maybe
side joint. New
Hmm.
segment.
I've been places.
we've been places.
I've been
Hmm.
places. I've seen some things.
Dennis Maurice.
I've had
Come on, Mo.
this motherfucker here.
Come on, Mo.
I've had some nice things. Had some nice
Okay.
things.
Okay.
I'm just saying you can have that same level, maybe not same level, but a similar experience here,
Mm-mm.
well crafted. Y'all underestimate what a planned date and a full commitment will get you. Okay, y'all just don't know.
But
Let
Like
me
you can
plan your date.
have
most of them
Dennis,
women,
when you plan one of your
most of them
dates,
women are married.
let me plan one of
I
your
just want to
dates.
say, why you gonna play one of my dates?
Because I guarantee, listen, let me plan one of your dates. I got you.
Most of the
Why you
women
gonna
in
hook me up
DR
with
are married.
you gonna hook me up with one of your single friends?
No. But
All right,
I
well
will
then
plan
we
your
ain't
date.
planning no fucking date. It sounds like it ain't gonna fucking happen then. Just that
Oh,
easy. I knew how to shut you up with that dumb shit. It's just that simple. It's just like that. Right. Now I know who I'm talking to.
how dare how dare
Mother,
you?
motherfucker, motherfucker DMH here. Dennis Maurice Holmes. Goddamn. You
ooh,
know what I'm talking
She asked, was all the women in DR married?
That's what you said?
No,
No.
they looking.
No.
I said
They
most of
looking.
them.
They
No,
looking
no. What
for.
did you say most of them women be married to? That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
No,
You said I
No,
just
they
want to let
look.
y'all
They
be
know.
trying
married
to
to.
get. They
Because
trying to
I
get back to
said
the
that
United
you'd be
States.
surprised with a well planned day to get you. I said, yeah, most of them women already married. But,
that's not.
Oh.
No, I
That's
li-
not
you
true.
and you can vouch for this. I am literally on TikTok for hours at times. And the thing that blows the mind that I never understand that y'all don't grasp, it's like, why is this on my FYP? What
Because then, see, and didn't I send you this, Dennis? I said something about men in romance and romantic and all that other stuff. Y'all could look that stuff up, but y'all choose not to.
it is the
Mhm.
weaponized incompetence, but I'm telling you, if you literally just duplicated a nigga from the 80s and the 90s, what they did, y'all would be winning. Like,
Oh,
plan the
that was a
date.
time.
You didn't have to worry if I was going to ask
This
for something
motherfucker,
you
here you go.
you wouldn't worry if I was going to ask for something you couldn't afford if you planned the date. You were
Yeah.
in control of everything. So don't come to me and ask me where I want to go because I'm going to hurt your pockets. But if you tell
What?
me
I
on
don't,
Please
I
Thursday
don't
God.
night,
personally,
be
I
ready
don't
by
personally
8.
ask women where they want to go.
Hold on, Tavai. Why you want to hurt somebody's pockets though? That's just so
Because
disrespectful.
no, not like it's not like. So here's
Not
the thing: it's not like that. It's more of, and correct me if I'm wrong, Vi. It's not like, oh, you
You
have
are.
the nerve to ask me, so I'm gonna make you feel it. No, I like nice things and I like to go out to whatever. So if you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna tell you what I want to do. Now, what you can afford to do might be a little bit different than what I want to do, but don't ask me what I want to
When
do. You need to figure
when
But
you're
out
why
doing the
can't
that
research,
why can't we
balance.
afford it to hold on? Why can't we? Why come we can't afford it together though? Like,
If
hold
you
on
take
now.
like it's the part of your take if you're saying I want to take you out because it's really the person who is asking I want to take you out because
Right.
we can spoil you too, we can take you out
Hmm.
on a date too, whatever. So it's not that it's your turn. And your turn, you shouldn't be asking me your turn what I want to do. You should be whatever, because if I tell you what I want to do is that now you might plan something that I didn't know I wanted to do. That is not as expensive as what I want to do. But you see how that works there?
It's
That's all I'm
I
it's
saying.
got
If
you.
I got it wrong.
it's also the attention to details. Cause I really could want something very simple and you hear something very expensive. Cause I
Hmm.
swear when you
give me an
even
example. Give me an example. Give me an example.
me saying that I want to go on a date, that right there, just that word, that request alone can send some of y'all in a panic. Oh, you want me to spend my money and I gotta show you. My date
No.
could be I literally want to go sit by the water, listen to a playlist, drink a couple, we bring our own little smuggle our own bottle and we cooling. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
it's Tuesday, they got the $5 movie. I don't care how much my ticket costs, you pay
Listen,
for it.
go to the
You can buy me
drive-in.
popcorn. I'm impressed.
I ain't
Like,
never been to a drive.
but it's the
Ah,
innovation and it's the
it's a lot of
listening to
fun.
details
It is a
like
lot
I
of
know
that.
it is.
All of that matters. Like I don't know. Like people get so caught up on bigger things. It's like that's not even what I asked for. If you listen to what
Right.
I literally told you what I wanted, and you literally made it something. You made it so big that you couldn't do it. And what I
Yeah, you
asked
made it
for
bigger
was
than what it
small.
was. You made a mountain out of a
Exactly.
molehill. As
Right.
the old folks say, you made a mountain out of a molehill.
I want to go on a date. You know where you take someone? You take them to breakfast or brunch. That is the cheapest meal that you will pay for throughout the day.
Breakfast where?
Breakfast or brunch.
Breakfast or brunch.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
It's
is the
cheaper
cheap.
than dinner, and she can still have steak if that's what
And
she
you're
wants.
gonna get some because of bottomless mimosas. I'm getting fucking trashed.
Listen,
$45
listen.
for the win.
We might pull over
Listen,
on the side of the road, homie. It's going
listen.
down.
Hey, hey, J. Will,
Listen.
what I tell you about the bottomless mimosas? They ain't even
Listen.
Oh
got to be
yeah,
expensive.
trust me.
It ain't even got to be expensive champagne. I
We
told
never
you, J.
ask.
Will. I
Let
told
me tell you
Oh
something.
no,
With
this it's
bottomless
never
mimosa,
expensive
we
champagne when it's
never
bottomless.
ask about the champagne. It's just keep
Nope.
the orange juice light, okay?
Yep.
Keep my juice light and
Right.
the cup filled. And
Yep.
that's enough time for me to come home, do what I need to do, take a
That's the love
shower,
language.
go to bed, and wake up in the
Listen.
morning refreshed,
Listen.
top tier, a brunch and a day party.
Yeah. And you don't have to.
you. A
You don't
day
have
for oh
to
man,
drink any of it.
I do need to make my way to one of them day parties, them
Yeah.
ditch parties. I gotta make my
Let's
way to
go,
one of them ditch
Dedex.
parties.
April
Atlanta.
23rd,
I'm
Xfinity Live.
ready.
J
Right,
Will,
we going, we
Divine,
going, we
Elise.
going.
Everybody need to
Where?
come up.
This
Y'all
Where?
need to
day,
come
this
up.
day.
New Jersey?
I'm
April
gonna send it to you. I'm
23rd.
gonna send it. It's in Philly. I'm gonna send it to you, J. Will. I'm sending it to
Oh,
you
Philly.
now.
Okay.
April 23rd. It's at Xfinity Live.
We
We
Is
need
that
to
a
going
be
this
getting
Saturday or
day.
Sunday?
What?
It's always a Wednesday.
we need to be getting
It's
Oh,
paid
always a
for all of
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
these advertisements, but
Oh yeah, we could
Hey,
talk
I
about
mean,
bringing
listen.
somebody on.
listen, but all we gotta do is also link in Atlanta. Excuse me, Atlanta has top tier day parties. Okay,
Mm.
I've been hearing about that.
I'm down with going to Atlanta. You know that's only a
I'm
$48
down going to
round trip.
Atlanta's
Right.
is
You
That ain't
know, we
nothing but
can
a $48
ladies,
round trip.
we can finally go to Rum Punch. We can finally go to Rum Punch.
Oh yeah.
Because we missed out. Listen,
we can make a
shout
trip
out to
event.
Sadie's for taking the L for us the night
Damn.
before.
11 to
and,
5,
and
huh?
the next day, we were
Yeah.
supposed to go. Sadie's like, today was her day to get it. So it was all good. It was all good.
Listen,
We gonna go. We gonna
we
go.
can Atlanta, DC is great for happy hour. We can take this on
Yeah.
a tour,
Ooh.
and
DC
we
I
can
do
has
want
good
to go
day
to that
parties.
brunch. I want to go to that brunch in DC. That I heard that thing got 3 levels.
Which
At
one?
the
Child.
park.
Oh,
At the
Oh, the
park.
park is
Yeah, I
top
heard it got
tier.
Oh, the
levels.
park brunch is
okay.
good.
The
Did
park has
Yeah, it's a
been
good
good for a
time.
long time. Side
Yeah.
don't play with me, y'all. I
DC.
will buy my ticket.
Listen, DC has always been a time.
I
Look, you
just
ain't
sent
say
it to you.
nothing
You
but a
got it?
word. I'll drive and meet y'all there.
Listen,
Dennis, you want to hop in the car?
Yeah,
DC.
I'll be at the corner. As soon as you come down the block, I'll be right there at the corner. I'll be at I
DC
ain't
is
gonna
a
meet you at your
time.
house. It's gonna be a little weird that you take another man with you. So I meet you at the corner. All right. So like,
Hey
Listen.
Dennis, the key to the drive-in movie theater, when you get there, you push the front and the passenger seat all the way up to the steering wheel, and you lay them forward, and then you and your date get in the back seat. You
yeah.
can thank me
Back seat
later.
of my Jeep. Back seat of my
That's it.
Jeep. I swing an episode. Don't even worry
That's
about it,
it.
baby.
Mm.
I know the line. Swing an episode. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Shout out, LL.
LL Cool J.
Hmm.
Uncle L.
Ladies love Cool
Well,
J.
Ladies love
when we
Ty.
going to ATL? 'Cause that ain't nothing but a $48 round trip. When we going to
Listen,
ATL?
I
I
went
gotta pay
I
for
got to
the
get down to
impulsively.
the. I got to get down to the ATO.
You gotta
yeah. I
come.
gotta pay for my hotel room.
We ain't staying in
Yeah.
downtown Atlanta. That ain't
No,
happening.
don't do that. I got y'all.
We did
Shoot.
that before.
Actually, actually,
Not all
he's kind of
downtown Atlanta is expensive, honestly.
but it's not even that. It's just traffic. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, traffic. The
Right.
Omni, if you were to do downtown, great views. You get to see the what is it, the Ferris wheel,
Yeah.
CNN
I
Center,
don't
the
even care about
Omni.
that. Yeah, this. I ain't going there to see no damn
I'm
Ferris
not.
wheel. I came down
Listen.
there to
I
see.
right.
I came down to see
I
some
ain't trying to.
ass.
Listen,
This was
the
some damn
first
Ferris.
You
I
are
ain't going there to
not
see no
in
damn
the
Ferris
Is your
wheel.
sister
position.
you are.
renting her house out as an Airbnb?
Mm-mm,
No.
no.
I'm not
Uh-uh.
trying to see
But there are
24
some.
Peachtree streets.
There are some really dope Airbnbs. If y'all are not
Oh, I'm
opposed to
sure.
it, there's some really dope Airbnbs that are like sick, like
Well,
sick,
I'm with it.
and
We've
pool,
always had
I'm
everything,
down.
recently we had
sick.
When
accommodations
we
via
going?
the lease. Well, listen, pick a date. For me, I impulsively bought the Frontier Free Pass thing.
Not
So my
impulsively.
flights start in May. So y'all
Why
just
did you
gotta
do
tell
that?
me, huh? The wild
Why did
I
you
bought
do
the
that?
wild
Summer.
pass.
What you mean? What you mean? You
Oh,
impulsively bought the? Oh, that $600 joint.
It
it
was
was
three
three
when I bought
hundred
it.
dollars. It was $300.
Oh, so
So
you gotta let me know you gotta come back on here and tell us about the gifts and the curse on that.
okay. So it's from
Yeah.
May 2025 to April 2026. I
Why
can
did
get
they
on
do that?
any domestic. I have to book like a couple days in advance, and I will only
Mm.
pay 1 cent, and then any seat or baggage. And then for a international, I have to book 10 days in advance, and I can fly anywhere, domestic and international for that.
Mm,
Yeah,
So damn,
Interesting.
so
fancy.
honestly, if you take 3 flights, that was your $300 right there. If you
yeah,
only take three
Right.
flights,
Hmm.
yeah,
Mm.
damn, I
yeah.
should have bought that shit. What the fuck is happening?
Listen, I did it, and I called Sadie today. I did. I said I did a thing. I did a thing. But I just really wanted the freedom of travel. Like
Mm.
I
Right.
wanted to
You ain't
say,
got to worry
like,
about what it
hey,
costs. It's only a penny all year long. It's only a penny.
yeah,
It's a blackout
I
date.
paid for $300 for the whole year. But I would say if you have not, now again, we need to be getting sponsored. If you haven't bought it, if you go to buy it, they have a monthly membership. So they're advertising that they're not really telling anybody, where you, I think it's $100, either 59 or $100 for the monthly, and then it renews every month at 159. So they have a monthly membership where you could fly as much as you want for 1 month. So if you knew you had some plans, I would
Right.
invest
No.
in that monthly to accommodate for any future travel. But they have it, and they also have just a winter only pass. You got to go on there, you got to do some research, but they have other
Hmm.
options available too.
Right.
All right now.
Ooh,
All right.
I'm checking.
I'm going to say I did get a little bougie. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. They get a little bougie. Jay Will got me on Southwest, and they treat me like a king on Southwest. So I
That
did
is
get a
my
little bougie. So
second favorite. That's my second favorite. Delta
they
and
love me
then
on Southwest.
Southwest. That's what I.
I
Yeah,
just bet you
Delta and
would
Southwest.
love Delta. You got
I
love
admit I
Southwest.
have
Delta.
fallen in love with Delta.
Delta. I love Delta,
I have
especially
I,
the
fallen in
and
love
you
United.
with
know something?
Delta.
At first, I started to like United because I was like, oh, they give you a blanket and you get
Yeah,
some
I like
stuff.
United
But
too,
then
though.
let me tell you what reality recap told me last week. She said they don't wash that blanket, so I don't mess with the blanket. I said, oh hell no. Somebody done pissed on the
Ah,
Wait,
blanket.
don't they give you one out the plastic? It
No,
wasn't in
the blankets,
plastic.
they ain't in no
Yeah.
plastic.
Oh no, Dennis, you should have known that then.
Oh wait, they just fold that shit and put it back in the rack.
I, ain't
they
never,
can't. They can't do
I
that.
never
Oh
They
seen
no.
it
can't.
in a plastic.
Right, they don't do that. Stop.
I never
So
received the I never received the
I've
blanket, but
seen.
that's foul.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I've received a
No,
blanket
they better
before.
not do that. They can't do that.
Yeah, no, Dennis, and they must have did that to you because I don't
No, like she
remember whether it
just
was
said it.
United.
I never really went through the whole smelling a pissy blanket. But when she said, "Oh, I don't do them blankets because they don't wash the blanket," I said, "Oh shit, never mind. I ain't getting no more blankets." She just said it.
Listen, I was
She
just like
or
this.
it might have been somebody that folded it back up and put it in the chair. She was like, oh, and she grabbed it or something because I remember getting those and I remember it being in a plastic little thing from them. I think someone left it because people leave the blankets because it ain't theirs. They left it. Maybe might have sat. They might have wrapped it. Like, oh, let me just fold it back and put it down. And then she was like, "Oh, a blanket," and she picked it up in that because there ain't no way.
She'll let us know. She'll be in the comments on this one. She'll let us know.
Let me
Okay.
tell you
She will let us
something.
know.
Like the pandemic changed me with all of that.
Oh, all
Like
kinds of services.
all kinds of services. So anything like that where it is like general population contact, I don't
Okay.
want it. I don't want it. Like I don't want it. So like people don't even think about hospital blankets and just
Right.
like just even the airplanes. Like I don't mind wiping my seat down. Like some of y'all are dirty.
What?
The breath be hot on the
Some of
plane.
y'all.
The
Stuff
way
I
that
Dennis.
still wear my mask on the plane. I might not wear it throughout the airport, but I will wear it on the plane.
the coughing that be getting me once we sit down.
Oh my god,
Everybody has emphysema. I am looking around me.
that and the babies. Don't forget the babies. The babies. Oh my god,
I just
Yeah,
be
they don't do
like,
crying
that thing
babies.
anymore. They
Crying
don't do that
babies
thing
is
back in
keeping
the
me.
day where they used to give out free flights and the baby was crying through the flight. They don't do that no more. There ain't no way to
Hell
do that.
no.
Don't do that more. But yeah, I even Delta, they give out the fact that I'm like they give out the little hand sanitizer wipes to wipe
yo,
down the screen and everything.
it
You know,
matters. I
yeah,
watched the
because
bull
it's
put his gum in the freaking thing. Like, you nasty
Terrible.
mf'er. Like, what? Like, so people are nasty. So my whole thing with interactions with that, like, I need the hand sanitizer. I need to be able to get up and wash my hands. Like,
Right.
no, you are nasty, and I want none.
Mhm.
And people be like, you can't be that dramatic, but I am. But I am. That's nasty.
I just want to say, I think American got the best cookies personally. Them cookies on what they consider biscuits,
Oh,
whatever they
them
call it.
biscottis.
Yeah, that's what they call. Wait a minute, that you know the whole fucking name? Ain't say these
What?
things.
Dennis, I ask for two every time. I get two
Two,
cookies and a
two.
Canada Dry ginger ale.
oh
And when they
I
fight
get the
me on the
ginger ale.
second one, I get nasty with it.
See,
I get
but if you
nasty.
have nice flight attendants who give you, and they be like, all you do is ask for the can because I want the can. Give me the whole
Oh
can.
Right.
yeah. Oh
Give
yeah,
me the whole
yeah.
can,
Yo,
No
and
ice.
yo,
yeah, no ice. Give me the whole
I
can.
want to
I
feel
will.
yo.
all my ginger.
Yeah, and I'll get the whole ginger ale and some
All the
water,
ale.
Well, and
unless I'm
Jay
on a
Will
long flight.
said ain't no ginger in the ginger
They
ale.
said it. Did y'all see that?
I don't
Yeah, I know
care.
That broke
that.
my
So
heart.
Did
That broke
y'all
my
see
heart.
that?
all the things that we
So
done
so
plugged tonight.
what's been curing our stomachs all these times? That's what I want to know.
The
That broke my
midnight
heart.
Listen,
cure.
but you know what? The
Manifestation.
thing, the the thing
I
is
will
that
get better.
The,
I am healed.
you know what I realized that when ginger ale came out with ginger ale bold.
Bold.
Now they ain't gonna lie. They ain't gonna tell me they ain't no ginger in that. Because when I tasted that, I was like, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, and all the disciples.
Yeah.
That ginger ale bold, that gold, that has
listen,
all the ginger in there. There's
I
no
just
way that it's
ginger
not.
beer now. Now I'm buying
listen,
ginger beer.
Dennis. If they can get away with calling Coca-Cola Coke and they ain't got no more cocaine in it, I can live with ginger ale with no ginger in
Who
it. I
said they
mean,
ain't got no more cocaine in it?
It,
ain't got,
it, it, let me tell you, it got something in it because
it's
that's
got
it is a
something in
good.
it.
You
Aspartame,
know
but
And you
what?
maybe
know
When
what?
not
we go
cocaine.
when
Like
we
But
go
hot
to
fudge.
Atlanta, we gonna take the Coca
Yeah.
Cola tour.
all right,
Oh yeah, yeah. We
I've
never
never
did.
done that.
no,
I
Oh
ain't either.
yes, I've done it
No.
4 or 5 times, and I still
Hey,
every
take
time.
people into the Coca Cola tour.
It's
You
not
can just
gatekeeping. I
tell
don't
me.
think about it because I'm like, first of all, historically, everybody who came down here from up north down here is like, we drink Pepsi, so they don't want to go on the tour. So I'm
True.
like,
I am a Pepsi drinker. I'm not a
yeah.
Coca-Cola drinker.
And but the reason why is, and that's what the same with me. I was like, I drink Pepsi products. I don't drink whatever because Coke tastes different up there than it does down here. Coke down here is amazing, and I
Is it?
switched. It it's amazing. You would even I went to
No soda.
Glassboro the
No
last time.
sodas.
Yeah, yeah. But down here,
No soda. No, I can't drink soda.
I know, but down here, it's different. It's
it
completely
is.
and utterly
It
different
That
there
was
are
I ain't gonna lie, that was a little crazy. Coke down here is
down
amazing.
here. It is because I was like, because all they were serving in stores
Sound
was
like
Coke,
Tony
Coke, and I was
Montana
like,
out there, motherfucker.
listen, but because all they were serving, like most of their restaurants, whatever, they have Coke products. So I was like, I had to be like, all right, I guess I'll take something. And I was like, oh, this don't taste like the McDonald's and Glassboro Coke.
right.
Like, okay, with it. So I
Region
was switched.
matters.
Yeah, it
Re-
does matter. It
region
does.
matters. My
It
Chick-fil-A
does.
is elite. Okay, Chick-fil-A
Mm,
down here is elite. It
mm,
is.
mm,
It's
mm, mm,
elite.
mm, mm.
What's so
I ain't
elite
gonna.
about it?
It's real. You can distinctively tell that something's off up here versus down there. I don't know if we're getting our chickens closer to the source, but
You know
it
what? Jay Will said that about that goddamn Taco Bell in the Dominican Republic by the airport. That Taco Bell is
Man,
good as a motherfucker though.
Oh,
that shit
you
was like the
know,
Taco Bell from the '90s.
you know
Mhm.
Like
And they
it was
what?
sell
like real
liquor.
ground.
They got Jose
It was
Cuervo. They got Jose
yeah.
Cuervo right there.
It
that's
was
a
No,
real
that's
ground
a
Taco
beef.
that
It
ain't
Bell.
was
Taco
real
What time
ground
they
Bell.
beef.
That's a
close?
bar.
What time Taco Bell
Y'all
close?
listen, y'all running y'all are running Sadie's tab up, y'all. She is thinking of all the things. Like, yeah, I need to go to DR. But
Taco Bell.
yeah, that's the same thing. But um upstate
Oh,
by their Taco
closes at
Bell.
4 in the morning. You
Mm-hmm.
know what? God is good.
Yes, he is. Hey man,
Oh my god, I can't.
Mercedes is
Hey,
stupid, boy.
hold up. Let's end this show because Shane's
Yeah, and I gotta go.
Mercedes is
I
silly.
gotta go. I
Yo,
gotta
Sometimes
oh
you
man,
just
listen.
do it. I got a Grubhub
We got
gift
to
card,
do
y'all. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Pinky. From Pinky, nigga.
Oh my
I just
god.
listen, I wanna say this, do anybody have any last words?
Shout
Nah,
outs to
man.
shout outs to
Go ahead.
Sharon. Hope she
Yeah.
is doing
Yeah,
well.
Yes, we need
that's
to
my
do a show
sister.
for
Yes.
her in
Yeah,
2025. We'll mark that. We need to do a redo, a
yeah.
show with Sharon for sure.
We
We got to
want to
come
do
back.
Might
our
be that
Yeah,
next
Sharon,
Pollyanna
you got to come
event.
back and fool with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 We miss you,
And
baby
Yeah.
this
girl.
shout out to this because it's been a minute since we have done this all together and
Yeah,
it
we
has
got
been
to
a
do this.
blast.
You
Yeah.
know what, y'all? We got to do this a little. Let's try to do this every couple of months. It's been too long, man. Like seriously, I've
Yeah,
been asking. Like I told
I'm
him,
with
hey, what's
it.
going on with the Sweet
yeah.
Love Girls? I always ask Dennis. You know what I'm saying? But and
I'm
maybe I
mad
need
at
to
Life
reach out to
been life
y'all
and J
too.
Will.
No,
Yeah.
life be lifing. Life be lifing. Trust me, I've been going through it. I get it. But we got to try to do this every couple months. Just
We
Yeah.
I'm
get
with
do.
it.
together
We
and
can do
then
it quarterly.
We
Quarterly.
gotta tap
Yeah,
and
for
in.
we
sure.
and then you guys got to come to Willie's bar.
We
You know what I'm
are.
Absolutely.
saying?
That's a
Yeah.
trip.
Volunteer.
Well,
We go from DC to there or
I'll
there to
barbecue for
DC.
y'all. Go
I'm
to
here for
DC and
it.
come on up this way. I'll grill for
Yeah.
y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All the
Sounds like a
things.
plan.
I'm here for it.
yeah, because I'm on
Good.
gumbo too.
Yeah, you got that in the
Let's go.
freezer. We
Hey,
heard
well,
you.
it's in the freezer. It's
Yeah.
really in the freezer. I take pictures to show you.
Listen,
So
I'm here for it.
My last
yeah.
word. I just want to say thank you, Dennis, for always being a team player and being, the fourth installment of the TMA. TMA.
Right.
I'm gonna go TM squared for Maurice.
I knew
Hey,
you were gonna do that.
Momo.
I appreciate you.
I'm gonna start calling him Momo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jay, well, shout out to you. Thank you for thinking of us and
Yes.
keeping us
Always.
in the forefront of your minds. We appreciate it.
We do.
No,
And we coming
always.
back 2025 TMA.
February.
Guess who's back?
Yeah, we back at
Woo, woo,
it. So
woo,
look
woo,
Yeah.
out for
woo.
us. Definitely. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
All good.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. Like I said, I'm the fourth member of Drew Hill. I'm Woody, but I realized Drew Hill got 6 members now. And I don't know who them other 2 guys is. So
Mm.
I'm just kind of like lost. I don't know when Drew Hill got 6 members. I don't know what was the introduction to the 6 members. All right. I remember the 5 steps. But somebody died. Okay. And I remember. I'm letting everybody know. I don't remember no goddamn 6 members. I remember they had a 5th member when they started doing the "If I Was Your Boyfriend" type joint. All right.
Right.
I don't
Mm.
remember no 6 members. I don't remember no 6 members. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, I do appreciate y'all coming out doing this show with me. This show went a lot longer than expected, but I appreciate it because this is what we needed. And we got Jay Will here, Willie's Bar, and we will be doing an installment of Willie's Bar soon, where Jay will tell those more explicit stories.
Ooh.
And mind you, we still stuck on this letter because ain't nobody telling me nothing about this double penetration that this lady wanted. So that's just not
I
where I
don't
feel
know
on
what
that. I
you
don't
what
know
you
what
want us to tell you.
Right.
I'm just trying to
What?
figure out what she. I'm
Oh,
trying to
you
figure out
know
why she
what?
want double penetration.
Hey
Why she
Dennis,
want double penetration?
Dennis, if
It
I
probably
do a
already
Willie's
happened.
bar, if I
Yeah.
do a Willie's bar on the side, John, you can't
Right.
you can't you can't do it on Sunday though. You can't post it on Sunday.
Or
No, it's Saturday
Saturday.
morning. Saturday morning.
Okay, all right, all right.
Saturday. It's not on the Lord's Day.
Thank you
Don't
for
even worry
having
about it. You know
standards,
what I
Jay
mean?
Well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
It's all right.
It's the
But
Lord's
No
ladies and
Day.
problem.
gentlemen, thank y'all for coming out today. Sorry we kept y'all for so long, but we tried to stay more entertaining, more blessed. And 2025 will be great for you. God bless. Great day.